super déco.
Eh bien, bonsoir à toutes et à tous, bonsoir, bienvenue, bonsoir Elfebon, bienvenue, merci pour ton raid, bonsoir Lorex également, bienvenue, merci pour ton raid Elfebon, j'espère que ton live s'est bien passé, j'ai cru voir que tu étais sur Satisfactory encore aujourd'hui, j'espère que ça avance bien du coup et que tu as réussi à produire du bois et du mycélium. Bonsoir Kemler, bienvenue. Bienvenue, ce soir on va jouer à Not for Broadcast, on va faire la deuxième fin. Enfin, une deuxième fin plutôt, une deuxième fin sur les 14 qu'il y a. On va faire la fin Disrupt. Donc on va... Satisfactory c'est pour toute la semaine. D'accord, pas de problème. Je vois que t'as plongé dedans aussi du coup. Bon, je vois qu'il y a toujours des problèmes de framerate par contre dessus. Il a cheat pour avoir du bois et du mycélium à l'infini, c'est honteux. Ouais, j'ai vu ça. J'ai mis le clip sur le Discord. Ok, un petit point planning rapidement quand même pour cette semaine du coup. On est en train de faire du Not for Broadcast ce soir. Demain, on fait du Death Stranding, on va avancer, on attaque le endgame. J'ai fini tout mon réseau de tyroliennes un petit peu tard hier soir. Ça fait que je suis fatigué un peu ce soir. Jusqu'à 22h45 on joue demain, après on fera le State of Play, donc la conférence PlayStation sur Gran Turismo 7 principalement. Jeudi, Satisfactory à mon tour, on va attaquer le magasin. Vendredi, j'espère qu'on termine Death Stranding. Et enfin dimanche, on fait de l'expo sur Elite Dangerous. Voilà pour le programme. Alors, je vais juste charger ma bonne partie parce que pour l'instant je suis sur les... Ok, je vais prendre les chevaux à 2. Ouais, c'est ça. Ok, on va passer sur le jeu. Et tu viens d'avoir la centrale à charbon, bah bravo, nickel ça. Allez. On charge la bonne partie. Et du coup c'est parti, on attaque. Cette fois-ci on va faire une fin Disrupt. Allez, et c'est parti. Je te laisse un peu, je vais manger. Bah pour l'instant, de toute façon, il va y avoir des discussions, mais ouais. On va faire Disrupt. Donc cette fois-ci, quand Alan James va me demander de faire des choses, on va les faire. Voilà, ça devrait être cool. En 7h30 ouais, c'est à peu près ça, je crois. Je sais plus. Ouais, j'ai à peu près dans le même timing, ouais. Je viendrai sûrement l'heure qu'après en jouant à Pokémon. Pas de problème. A tout à l'heure. Ah, par contre, je vois qu'on a toujours des problèmes de... Il y a eu des hotfix, mais ça n'a pas l'air d'avoir amélioré par contre le framerate pour la rediff. Malheureusement. Il n'est pas encore assez petit. Ouais, j'espère que ça va se régler assez vite tout ça. Bref. Jour 371, une réponse proportionnée. Le reste de ton cas de travail se passe dans le flou, avec les mots qui tournent en boucle dans ta tête. Les gens travaillant pour Advent se déclencher des explosifs nucléaires. Les premières estimations font état de plusieurs millions de morts. Est-ce que ça vient vraiment d'arriver? Tu regardes dans l'allée sans avoir aucun souvenir du trajet retour. La lumière dans la pièce principale est allumée, manifestement quelqu'un est encore debout. La porte s'ouvre en grinçant dans le salon et tu trouves Sam sur le canapé, fixant l'écran éteint de la télévision d'un air amorphe. Tu t'assois à côté et tu poses ta main rassurante sur son épaule. 8h satisfait pour le 3e package. C'est 8h le record maintenant. À l'époque où je faisais, c'était 10h. Après, il y a peut-être des choses qui ont évolué avec les updates. Sam sursaute à ton contact et sort de sa stupeur. Sam tente de sourire, mais tu ne peux sentir sa tension. Pardon, je t'ai pas vu entrer. Je pensais à... Sam s'arrête, secoue la tête. Tant genre, j'arrive pas à y croire. Je sais, c'est... Ah, en solo? Ah ouais, non, nous on était deux quand même. Quand on m'a fait dire entre 10 et 12 heures, c'est quand on était deux. Affreux, c'est une vraie atrocité, rien de moins. Tous ces gens innocents. Comment quelqu'un peut-il penser que c'est bien? Les yeux de Sam sont flamboyants de colère et te fixent, demandant clairement ton approbation. Je sais que nous n'avons jamais eu de contact direct avec le gouvernement dans cette maison, mais je n'aurais jamais pensé qu'ils étaient capables de faire une chose pareille. Alors cette fois-ci, du coup, on va être d'accord avec elle, par rapport à la semaine dernière où on n'était pas d'accord avec elle. Il devrait y avoir une autre solution. Tuer des millions de personnes n'est jamais la bonne solution. Le soulagement illumine le visage de Sam. Exactement. Aucun raisonnement au monde ne pourrait justifier de tuer d'autant d'innocents sur la bonne chose à faire. Sam t'embrasse avant d'aller vers la cuisine en te disant: on a de la chance que tu puisses vraiment faire la différence et aider les gens à savoir ce qui se passe vraiment. Mais est-ce vraiment si simple? Je sais pas du tout comment il a fait par contre. Allez, on avance. Jour 713, un exode académique. On aurait dit un matin apparemment ordinaire en arrivant au bureau au travail. On aurait dit un matin apparemment ordinaire, mais en arrivant au travail, tu trouves une petite foule réunie dans les salles de repos. Lorsque tu rentres pour la première tasse de thé de la journée, tu ne peux t'empêcher d'entendre des bavardages excités. T'as entendu? Ouais, il y a un autre disparu. Ça fait combien au total maintenant? Ah, je pense pas qu'il y ait des centaines à ce stade, mais pas encore tous ont été signalés. Pardon, mais qu'est-ce qui se passe? La jeune femme surexcitée se tourne vers toi et commence à t'expliquer. Un autre professeur a disparu de l'université de Queensview. Toutes ces autres disparitions de l'année dernière, scientifiques, médecins, chercheurs. Miam miam, bon appétit Lorex, à plus tard. Elle fait pause avant de baisser sa voix et de chuchoter. C'est clairement Disrupt qui cible les personnes qui se dressent contre eux. J'ai même envie de dire qu'Advance prenait des mesures pour empêcher que d'autres... Une voix grave et familière résonne dans ton bureau et t'interrompt. Et il se passe quoi ici au juste? Un silence envahit la pièce alors que vous tournez à l'unisson vers la porte. Bossman s'éclaircit la voix avant de poursuivre. Je l'ai déjà dit, je ne veux pas entendre parler de ces soi-disant disparitions. Alors, Advance a été très clair sur le fait qu'il ne faut pas s'inquiéter. Ce qui veut dire que ce n'est pas votre problème. Et à moins qu'il ne commence à chasser les buveurs de cappuccino comme intellectuels, je ne pense pas que quiconque ici ait à s'inquiéter. Il vaut mieux se remettre au travail. Bossman lève la main pour te garder alors que tous les autres quittent la pièce. Écoute, je sais que tu as l'habitude de faire ce que tu veux, mais les choses sont différentes maintenant. Le patron, c'est Advance, et ils ont clairement exprimé leurs sentiments. Donc moi, je fais le même. La position officielle de Canal One est que le gouvernement a les choses bien en main. Rien de plus, rien de moins. J'espère que je n'entendrai plus parler de ça. Te fais signe de la tête, sec avant de partir. Donc pour le meilleur ou pour le pire, l'État va faire valoir ses droits sur son bien public. Pareil, je gomiam, bon appétit, elle fait bon, à plus tard. Ou à demain. On avance. Jour 850. Une carrière en devenir. Tu tambourines des doigts sur le volant avec impatience en attendant Charlie une fois de plus. C'est super qu'il apprécie les cadets de la cohésion et qu'il soit si enthousiaste. Mais doit-il vraiment sortir en dernier chaque semaine pour les aider? C'est aussi ton samedi soir après tout. Tu le vois enfin sortir du hall, un sourire sur le visage. Tu ne peux pas t'empêcher de lui rendre son sourire. Ta frustration commence à s'estomper en le voyant si heureux. Après avoir dit au revoir à ses amis, Charlie se dirige vers la voiture et il monte le visage rouge d'excitation. Alors c'était comment? Mais il t'interrompt car il ne peut pas se retenir. Devine quoi? Quoi donc? Tu joues avec un sourire? Donc évidemment, participer au cadet de la cohésion est un point de départ pour devenir un OCC. Alors, on a une longueur d'avance lorsque nous postulons sur le poste. Charlie est enthousiaste, manifestement désireux d'expliquer sa nouvelle, trébuchant presque sur les mots dans un effort pour te le dire. Mais bon, apparemment, à partir de l'an prochain, les 5% des meilleurs cadets sont pris dans un programme spécial pour devenir les MCC, managers de la cohésion communautaire. Et devine qui va en faire partie, il te sourit. Je vois. Et que font exactement les managers de la cohésion communautaire? Ah, et ben en gros, ils ont besoin d'une nouvelle équipe de liaison entre les gens ordinaires, les OCC et le département musulman. The Betterment Department. Et ce sera nous. Les gens viennent nous voir pour nous faire part de leurs préoccupations et nous déciderons s'ils ont besoin d'être aiguillés. Et si c'est le cas, vers quel département? Cool, non? Donc tu vas, je suis vraiment anti-advent cette fois. Donc tu vas aider les gens à faire des rapports sur leurs amis et voisins. Eh ben ouais, je suppose, mais seulement sur les mauvaises personnes. Il s'agit d'aider la communauté et de la rendre plus sûre pour tout le monde. Charlie te regarde en fronce et sorcelle. Tu n'aimes pas les OCC? Ou les équipes muxement? Je suis juste inquiet qu'ils aient autant de pouvoir et qu'ils montent les gens contre les autres. Commence à parler comme les personnes qu'Advance essaie d'aider. Charlie te regarde, une expression sérieuse sur le visage. Ne t'inquiète pas, je vais m'assurer que tout le monde reçoit le soutien dont il a besoin. C'est une bonne chose pour la communauté, l'équipe pourra aider tout le monde. Il acquiesce et se rassoit sur son siège. L'ambiance de la voiture est quelque peu glaciale pendant le reste du trajet retour. Tu espères que ce n'est pas un signe de l'évolution des choses. Allez, on avance encore. Jour 872. Une étincelle pour allumer le feu. Oh là, Night of Fire. Après avoir descendu l'escalier pour prendre ton petit déjeuner, le calme environnant te dit que le reste de ta famille doit encore être endormi. Tu décides de manger dans le salon en regardant la télé tant que tu peux, avant que quelqu'un d'autre ne la monopolise. Breaking news! Des rapports nous parviennent de tout le pays selon lesquels de vastes enduits de terres agricoles ont été incendées la nuit dernière, dans le cadre de ce que les autorités appellent un acte de terrorisme odieux et bien planifié par le groupe connu sous le nom de Disrupt. Tu laisses tomber ta cuillère dans le porridge et tu montes le volume. Outre les magasins d'alimentation qui, selon les sources gouvernementales, mettent à rude épreuve les centres des menus universels dans tout le pays, un certain nombre d'OCC et de bâtiments municipaux ont été visés par les attaques de la nuit dernière. Selon le Premier ministre Julia Salisbury, des prisons spécifiques et des centres de rééducation et d'amélioration ont été perquisitionnés, et une petite sélection d'individus problématiques et potentiellement dangereux ont été extraits de force de leur détention légale. Tu retiens ton souffle en attendant de savoir si quelqu'un a été blessé. Malheureusement, il semble que les OCC étaient mal préparés pour un événement de ce type, et Disrupt semblait beaucoup plus efficace et bien organisé en comparaison. Si la plupart des lieux ciblés étaient heureusement vides, compte tenu de l'heure tardive, les centres musulmans étaient entièrement occupés lorsqu'ils ont attaqué. 17 OCC et 4 membres du personnel administratif ont perdu la vie à la suite des actions brutales de perturbation l'année dernière, et un nombre incalculable d'autres personnes ont été blessées, dont beaucoup gravement. C'est pas du tout la même chose que ce qui s'est passé la semaine dernière, et ont dû être hospitalisés d'urgence. Quelques membres de perturbation ont été faits prisonniers pendant les conflits, et la grande majorité semble avoir échappé à la capture jusqu'à présent. Nous vous donnerons de plus d'informations sur cette histoire au fur et à mesure qu'elle se développe. Tu te lèves pour aller éteindre la télévision. Ah, attends, je vais régler ça tout de suite. Merci, Elf. Je relance rapidement le Discord pour régler ça. Bonjour, je vais reproduire que mon Discord, c'est nickel, je reviendrai avec un nouveau tour pour vous de manière pas de problème, merci d'avoir prévenu Zumba. Hop, bannir. Rien supprimer par contre. Demande utilisateur, banni. Hop là. Ok. Il est banni. Merci pour l'alerte. Au pire, Zumba, de toute façon, je sais qu'il passe un temps sur les lives, donc il pourra nous le dire. Mais il y en a beaucoup en ce moment. Allez, on continue du coup. Charlie entre dans le salon et interrompt tes pensées, les yeux tremblants, et tenant un morceau de pain grillé. Se passe quelque chose d'intéressant? Un geste vers la télé. En silence, tu laisses le journal télévisé pendant qu'il repasse l'histoire en boucle. Chez regarde dans un silence feutré, à la fin de l'émission, le titre s'affiche La nuit du feu. Ça va aller, d'accord, hein? J'espère, on verra bien. Jour 912. On passe sur le premier journal. Ok. Alors là, il me semble que c'est le journal où il y a le in memoriam là pour l'ancien Premier ministre. Le soulèvement. Ah ouais, c'est là, puis il y a les attaques d'avions. Enfin, il y avait eu les attaques d'avions en tout cas. Un an s'est écoulé depuis la nuit de la libération. Donc là, cette fois-ci, on va voir Alan James. Je vérifie que tout fonctionne bien.
Come in, Alex. This is Alan James. The revolution starts tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking in when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favor. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Ok, donc on va mettre la cassette. Deuxième page de pub.
What have you got?
Neil fera pas dingue en premier.
Dignity, my reputation.
It's all right once you get past the teeth and the problematic tattoo.
I am perfectly capable of messing up my own love life.
La joie de la liquidation. On va prendre un
David wouldn't get off the phone.
Oh, is David single?
For Christ's sake, Colin, stay out of
Allez,
it.
c'est parti du coup, premier journal.
You. I'm an expert at romance. Ask my ex-wives.
Please don't set me up with your brother. That's 10 seconds, everybody. You're not as tight, babe.
Too short?
Too smart. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening, this is the National Nightly News, broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolfe. Our top stories tonight, ashes to ashes. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted attacks across the territories. The coordinated action, dubbed the Night of Fire by commentators, was seen as an attempt to subvert the supply chain, but there may have been
On va
more
prendre la
to
nuit
it.
du feu.
While emergency services were all kept busy at the agricultural centres, it seems a series of covert attacks was carried out, including the freeing of political prisoners and, sources say, several assassination attempts. The Department of Betterment have declined
J'aurais dû
to
prendre l'autre.
comment. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, Advance confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the culinary skills of a professional footballer. If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets and mandatory grovelling zones. In an annoying show of petulance, the former elites drove their luxury vehicles at 10 miles per hour up and down the motorways of their respective territories. The coordinated protest of elites inconvenienced several 100,000 of their employees. Some fun now. Signs of ever more resistance to Advance's radical policies today as popular resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories. The organisation's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. Poor choice of words given recent history. 3 of our favourite stories come to an end this evening. First, water conundrum. When rains flooded the former Moobs shaft, now amusement park, many thought the deaths of hundreds of visitors would have finally brought an end to the cursed project. But Sophia Remington remained undaunted, as has been typical of her time at the top. Rebranding as Sophia's Moist Splash Palace, the world's wettest water park has been an overwhelming success and was this year's most popular family fun day. Shares in Remington's Fist have soared, bringing a happy and prosperous end to this story for the daring CEO and her unpredictable moves. The whole 9 Flards. The academic world rejoiced today as the respected doctors David Wong and Ingrid Sporsborgen-Horgensvoord made it safely to dry land. They were picked up by the Coast Guard this morning, floating in a homemade vehicle they've dubbed the Flardmobile. They said, "Without the unwavering support of the public, we would have never made it out alive. Not to mention the quick thinking to send us those Flards. They really can do anything." If that's the case, why is my B-Day so enthusiastic? Ailstorm. Residents of Grizzleford are being warned to stay in their homes today as it seems to be raining beer. Hundreds of bottles of Headbutt Ale have been pelting the town since about 9 o'clock this morning. Headbutt Ale founder Johnny Hamsleeves says they have no idea of the cause and can't be held legally liable. There have been 8 cases of bludgeonings, 4 of lacerations and 1 toddler arrested for being intoxicated while in charge of a tricycle. All that, plus we'll be taking a trip to Dangling Parts for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest ticket in town. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
On reste sur Discord.
Today is the day we take back control. Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question. How can I help? Well, this is how. And as for when, you'll know. Keep watching.
But first, 500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, the start of tonight's programme is dedicated to remembering and celebrating the life
On commence par le mémorial sur Peter Clement.
Patrick Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick.
They were, and I
Alors
don't mind saying
je
it.
bip
They
pas
were,
quand
because he held
c'est...
her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick, we're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days. She's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what? Hello, Megan, you join me here live from the what? Oh.
Seems like we've lost some signal there for a moment.
Okay.
Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon, and we are indeed live here. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me.
Alex, Bozeman here. The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet. You're going to have to do it on the fly. For goodness sake, make sure you make him look good.
Slowly gathering since this afternoon.
This is Alan. You can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds. Make him look bad, Alex. Really bad.
Ok.
And it seems like the ceremony is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, the picture of elegance, to begin her address.
Good evening, fellow teammates and friends.
Alors, on va essayer de faire en sorte qu'il ait pas l'air bien.
Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of Liberation Night, another great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Peter's death at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late-night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents. Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night,
Paf,
he
j'ai eu
wasn't
ça.
the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago, moments before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself. And I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked. And from behind me, I heard, "Christ, pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way, you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind,
Hop.
compassionate, sensitive,
Et hop, voilà.
a brilliant
On a eu
thinker,
ça.
a natural leader, but mostly
Pardon, je reste trop longtemps.
a good man. This glorious nation of ours, so beautiful and new, this shining beacon of
Thank you, Alex.
equality and
There'll be another
humanity
opportunity to steer public perception soon. It's really starting. You'll know when.
Despite his accomplishments, the future he forged, the boundaries he pushed, to me, he'll always be the man in his pants cheering on a stranger at the back of the conference. It is my great honour to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Should we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Now, Alex, control the message.
I'm not leaving, I can't!
Ok, donc là il faut montrer plutôt les images de Disrupt.
Don't panic!
You're hurting me!
Well, stop resisting then. Stop resisting and we'll let you up.
I'm not resisting! Ah! Fuck
What are you doing?
I'm not resisting! You all saw!
Turn the camera off. National Night News. We have the right to be here. I said turn the fucking camera off. Oh, who the fuck are you?
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Yes, medics are coming. You sit down.
No, I can't hear you. I'm from the National Nightly News.
Well, then you can consider this payback. Salisbury's still here.
Authorization. Centipedes are requested.
You were guilty of the murder of more than 10 million people. Justice demands a response.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you!
Fucking
This is what your precious freedom looks like, is it? Hold fire!
Everyone, rise up! Take to the streets, the time has come! Stop fires! Break windows, draw them out! They can't stop us all! Resist! Distract!
Lower your weapons!
Mom?
I said, lower your weapons!
Là, pardon. Oui, oui.
What are you doing? Come on!
I said, please turn that off. Please turn that off.
Shocking scenes from the
On va voir, reste sur
It's
Disrupt.
not enough. You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians, people like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this? March on team headquarters, storm the building, demand elections, demand answers. Be what you were born to be, the once and future free.
That means by now. Don't go away. We'll be back after this. We'll be back.
Ok, pub.
Thank you, Alex. From all of us, you're doing great.
Was a good distance from the unibase.
This is becoming a weekly event.
No, it's different tonight. This is the big one.
Great.
Bon, pour l'instant, ça brûle pas
There's a
encore.
revolution happening outside and we're off to dandy fucking parts.
That's journalism, apparently. Can we get set for the next sequence?
We don't have spoons. It's crazy Neil with another steal of a deal. We got sticks.
On a eu un C, j'ai raté quelques trucs.
We got an evil child. This is my
Mais bon, j'ai essayé de suivre un petit peu l'histoire en même temps. Voilà, je perds vraiment beaucoup de FPS sur cette séquence-là.
All you gotta do is feed her once a day. She'll eat anything. Scrap, food off your plate, food out the bin, dog food. This is a steal of a deal to have a family member stealing for you. By crazy Neil. We got sticks. Buy our sticks.
Ce qui est intéressant, ça va être de la prochaine pub du coup, parce qu'il y a la cassette d'Advance qu'on a mis dans le... de Disrupt, pardon, qu'on a mis dans le magnétoscope. Donc on verra un peu ce qui va se passer, on écoutera un peu aussi ce
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the ear for at least 5 seconds.
Ok.
Our operatives will do the rest.
Pas de problème, on va gérer ça.
This is your new makeup artist, Craig.
No.
What?
No.
10 seconds, everybody. Sorry, Craig. It's a no. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolfe. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, the notice board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radin. Tell me, why do you think the public love the notice board so much?
It's real. There, I said it. It connects with people. You know, people look at us and they say, those are real people struggling with real problems.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely. Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So, the notice board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a combination of so many things. My hard work, my talent, my look.
Wow, you really have a lot to thank you for.
Hey, hey, hey. You're welcome.
We've just heard our man's on camera 4.
I have a real sense of responsibility now.
Get back to the interview, Alex.
Something precious, and that I
Hop là.
should use that platform for good.
Yeah, I think that's really important.
On l'a eu au
We
moins
should
5
use
secondes.
this platform to do good in the world, I agree.
That's exactly it. So I've decided to help as many...
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
Is that better access to education or, reducing child poverty?
Oh, no, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay.
C'est-à-dire quoi,
How
les causes de
many
ça?
children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double
Je sais pas
figures
si-
now,
je sais pas ce
Megan.
qu'il veut
I
que je
stopped
fasse.
counting in the late 30s.
Goodness, that is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Poor children. Were their lives really that bad before?
Oh, they're Normans, I presume so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
I'd never thought of it that way
And
before.
I'm doing everything I can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable then?
Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled
Ça
water.
commence à péter à gauche, du coup.
Actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough from me. Let's go now over to Dangly Parts for the final ever episode of the Notice Board.
a day. First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do. Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were
Voilà,
a
ça va être.
knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course, keep forgetting.
Ok, là je peux pas faire pire là.
You and your colleagues, violence
Pas pire,
on our
je peux pas faire
streets.
plus disrupt.
It's a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know, it's a disgrace. Somebody.
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pencil movement. We might just pull this off. Push forwards! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
Ha! They don't call me the Right Reverend. Ripped for no reason.
Yes!
Ok, c'est bon. Maintenant, je refais ce que veut Advance, histoire de pas éviter de me faire virer quand même.
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, would be able to use it.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
Allez, j'ai encore un à faire.
Looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me, a strong and capable
You did it, Alex. We're good to go. Charge!
to lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town?
Ok.
Hi-ya!
Well done, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-lit.
My God! Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry, we won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No, no, no. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature, but really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fete. Or my name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
Ah, it's the morning of the village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team setting up for a show that will be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
That damn ferret has struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fete.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you! The vicar!
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
But how did you know?
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room for jam.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
That proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on. Let's go and have a party in my massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you, we're all doing well.
That was it, the final ever
Ok,
episode
on va regarder
of the
la bande du
Notice
coup.
Board, and what a way to end it. Thank you as
De
always,
Disrupt.
Jeff, Philippa and Tommy. After the break, we'll be both dancing and learning, so don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
That's the ads.
Ok.
Well done, everybody.
Wow! What a brilliant run, eh? After party at my place, eh?
Alex, this station is supposed to be unbiased. Your partisan behavior will end up getting us taken into public ownership even sooner. Less revolutionary zeal. Do your job.
The after party.
And how progressive their policies are. Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry. And to beg for your forgiveness.
One last push, Alex. We're closing in. One of the
On est
guests in the
presque.
last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. You'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're gonna win this thing.
Ok, il va falloir censurer quand elle parle.
Tonight we take it back.
Quand elle va parler d'Advance et des naissances, notamment, il me semble.
They would do. I acted selfishly. I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards advance were.
C'est la fille du premier épisode là qui faisait le débat avec Alan James.
We should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table.
On ira écouter ce qu'il dira après, hein, évidemment.
The country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by Advance's naive policies.
Please, Sarah, anything.
Sorry, Mum, I'm really not supposed to say.
Are we safe?
Hi, I'm Maddie. Johnny just said to ask if you need a touch-up.
I have hauled
she?
myself out to the media to defend.
That's
the
my shade, is it?
Yeah.
This is my
I have betrayed
shade?
my parents. I see that now. Mum, Dad,
You can run back to Jenny
I'm
now.
sorry. Our only hope.
Sorry about that, Sarah. Nothing you
The
can tell me.
only hope.
At all, like at all.
They've said no one's died,
Now
that's all I can
lies.
say.
10 seconds.
What's wrong with you?
She is in tears. Going in 5, 4, 3.
C'est reparti.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go back to Patrick Bannon at the scene of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
D'accord, on fait d'abord le numéro musical.
Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable deeds. But the flowers of a happy life are now beset by weeds.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John.
Oh, dearest John.
There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Wong, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer?
Worse, oh, John. We're having a baby.
How can this be?
Oh, woe is me.
Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of
Safety in our tiny flat. We built a peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked. We're having a baby. Now you can't have any wine at the club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're never going to get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
how he's wrong.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life. No one wails and no one blows. No one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife. We got a childless life. We're having a baby. We're having a baby. Changing nappies daily. We're having a baby. No more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
Food and drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys at the top of the stairs. Every parent prays to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
No more spas and no more
We're having a baby.
18 years on bills at least. Time for a whole new phase.
We're having a baby.
One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that you might be having twins?
Amazing. The Novaries
Ok,
there,
c'est bon pour
treating
le
us to their
numéro musical, on a
opening
bien
number
monté
from
l'audience.
Elegy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the Capital Theatre District, and will be touring the territories later this year. Right then, come on you lot, come on down, let's go, don't be shy. Hello. Hi Megan. Hi. It's an honour to be here. Oh really, are you fans of the show? Yes. Used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
With matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boreham Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Satley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? With your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it. And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples. In real life as well as in the show.
Well, not exactly.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack, Jen Janet, Jill Jen, Janet Jill.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing. And gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh God, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Mimbley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful, no singing. So peaceful, no singing.
This piece isn't.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
It's about children.
D'accord.
And why you shouldn't have them.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem.
Terrible problem.
Having children.
Well, you understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
Wow, this isn't about me.
Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
You're very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one. Because
you're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Janet, please, Jennifer. Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got you back.
So could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
And dancing.
A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I probably said too much already.
Yes. Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you. For too long, we've been told that a life without children is somehow incomplete.
Il n'est pas facile à biper cette orange parce que du coup, vu que c'est pas des gros mots, il faut savoir ce qu'on...
Well, I've done the research and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to
C'est plus
have the
simple quand
option
c'est
of
un
a
gros mot.
happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs. She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The noble is there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This is Patrick Bannon, reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave, not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here.
Ça fume moins que la dernière fois, j'ai l'impression.
Or lemonade. Right. So,
Enfin, ça attaque quand même, mais il y a quelques fumées quand même, mais bon.
Yes, the security services perform their duties without hesitation, and I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the Sorry, did you say no deaths?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the 4 disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement, who were, as always, so
Ah, c'est en train de se rapprocher quand même. On va voir s'il y a les avions cette fois-ci.
Of
course, the camera. There's the speak there on the camera there. Speak there on the camera.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment, but as the dear departed Peter Clements once
Ça se rapproche quand même, hein.
said, it
Ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio. Megan, now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's National Night News, but before we go, tonight's National Night News.
Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized. You have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece. Channel 1. Time to wake up.
Out from the shadows,
Whoa.
And they are not the overwhelming force that you probably believe. The military have been actioned, and well, it's pretty scary out there tonight. So stay at home and stay with Channel 1, because the team has assured this program that the turbulence will soon be over, and we can once
donc ils attaquent Channel 1, donc on va voir ce que ça va donner.
building the new future with equality, fairness, and resources for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow.
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of advance. Fighter jet, 11 o'clock.
Ok, cette fois-ci ils appellent les avions.
Permission to detonate. Permission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out of your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen. She's coming down. Sir, up there.
Ok. Ouais, mais ils sont combien? Wow. The bigger they are, le succès déverrouillé. Ok, on a eu un C, c'est pas trop grave, c'est pas ce que je recherche à faire les bonnes notes. Mais ok. Il s'est passé des choses. On va aller écouter un peu tout ce qui s'est passé du coup. On a reçu notre plein salaire, fortune actuelle cap sur les vacances. Fort aisé. On a des parcs, départ chez Rémi Saint-Fils qui augmente. Je sais plus si c'était les parts, mais c'est pas grave. Advent Sud, Disrupt monte, Channel 1, a priori on n'est plus aimé. On va voir ce que ça donne. Ça c'est nouveau, ça piratage de perturbation. Ah, on peut regarder juste les messages, ok.
People of the territories, Today is the day we take back control. Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question. How can I help? Well, this is how. And as for when, you'll know. Keep watching.
Ok. Après l'attaque, du coup.
Is this not enough? You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians. People like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this? March on team headquarters, storm the building, demand elections, demand answers. Be what you were born to be, the once and future free.
Ok, et on a une troisième, la victoire est en vue.
Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized, you have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those words to you, to the many hundreds and thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide, and it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime, and we also silence their mouthpiece. Channel 1. Time to wake up.
Ok, on verra ce que ça donnera pour la suite, ça. C'est bien, c'est que ça fait la même chose du coup dans la première run, donc cool. Dans les publicités du coup, sur le soulèvement, on les a toutes débloquées du coup. On va regarder les 6 pubs du coup. Donc on a regardé les rushs la dernière fois. On va commencer avec la fermeture. Ah, fermeture de l'île Frapadingue, dommage.
Hi, it's Crazy Neil, and I've got a special going out of business, close the business deal. I was eating out the other day. I say eating out, I was down an alley in a dumpster, but that doesn't matter. I found forks. They've already been used once. I've licked them clean. You can get knives too. Buy a fork, get a knife. Get a knife, buy a fork. Forks, knives. We don't have spoons. It's Crazy Neil with another steal of a deal. We got sticks. We got sticks that do tricks. We got an evil child. This is my young niece, Felicia. Small, nimble, agile. She can get through a dog flap, cat flap, rabbit flap, rat trap, mouse trap. All you gotta do is feed her once a day. She'll eat anything. Scrap, food off your plate, food out the bin, dog food. This is a steal of a deal to have a family member stealing for you. By Crazy Neil. We got sticks. Buy our sticks. Buy our motherfucking sticks. We've got empty toilet rolls. Some are crushed, some are squashed, some are ripped up, some aren't even cardboard. Some of them are just grit in a bag. We'll beat you with the fucking sticks if you come down with no money. I've got a broken bike. I've got a broken car. A broken ball. It's got no air in it. Oh God, I'm broken. Buy sticks. Recently, we had a deer wander into the parking lot and take one of our empty cartons away. We're even giving deals to animals! Come on down, it's Crazy Neil with a begging appeal, because there's been no deal for Neil. And have a crazy time at Crazy Neil's going out of business deal of a deal. Sticks, you hear?
Il est toujours aussi fou, Crazy Neil. Un île Frapadingue. Remittance Fist, futur leader.
Remington's Fist. I'm Brad.
And I'm Janet, the Vice President of International Sales.
Regional Director of
And we're here to talk to you about the Remington's Fist Future Leaders Program. Remington's Fist is now so successful, it buys another company on average every 12 seconds.
Like this traditional butcher shop, or this family-owned bakery. Remington's Fist is now more powerful and populated than some small countries. So there's never been a better time to join us.
The Future Leaders Program can help you reach your full potential.
And after just 8 years service, you're practically guaranteed a position at one of Remington's Fist's up-and-coming new sectors.
There's human effluence disengagement, stationary enumeration, the treasury, or defense.
Or join our ever-growing litigation team.
Those injured children are going to cease and desist themselves.
The opportunities are really great. Like, I've actually been working here only 9 years, and I'm really close to being made head of the program. So
We're doing so well, we can basically have our pick of applicants. So the standard is pretty high.
So, join the Remington's Fist Future Leaders today.
It really is one of the best graduate opportunities around. And I would know, I'm head of the program.
Il était pas au courant, lui, a priori. Ok, ensuite, la douleur. Je sais pas ce que c'est.
Introducing the new luxurious La Douleur range.
La douleur.
Eye of the beholder. Eye of the beholder. Deep glossy shine for a top coat that
t'as réussi à faire ce que tu voulais? Bah, sur le premier journal, ouais, pour l'instant c'est bon.
Be matched. Yes, we're still going.
Il reste encore 2 journaux à animer.
No more touch-ups or pit stops. Just intense color that lasts and lasts.
Là, je regarde un peu ce que j'ai pas revu parce que du coup je suis en train d'animer le journal donc.
Only La Douleur gives you high impact color with new shade lock technology that locks in color for not 1, not 2, but 24 years. Nothing is eternal. The revolutionary formula that dries in moments. The clock is ticking. For color that works long after you've stopped. Death comes for us all. The new La Douleur range only from Eye of the Beholder. Because life is worthless, death is inevitable, and once you're gone, it will all be for naught.
La douleur. Yes, ensuite. Ah oui, c'est plein de pubs comme ça. Là, je regarde les pubs du chose. Il n'y a que la confession de Katie qui est de l'histoire. Enfin, c'est de là, parce que du coup, les centres de menu résistance et Advance, c'est le parti politique de la dystopie. Et la confession de Katie, c'est Disrupt, donc c'est la résistance. Les joies de la liquidation.
Own your very own piece of iconic corporate history with this unique and limited edition collection. The joy of liquidation is your chance to collect everything you might want for a wonderfully insolvent bankruptcy. From these pieces of actual furniture from our office building to these boxes of our former employees' personal effects, this really is an unmissable collection. And if you sign up for our premium package, you'll receive this real kidney from our CEO, Rodney Pleasure.
The level of detail here is quite stunning. I've personally chosen the pieces myself, and they're not available anywhere else. And, and I can't... Actually, I paid for that. Please don't take that.
This exclusive collection is only available as part of the joy of liquidation and is not available on the high street. Call today and we'll also throw in a box of salad that's seen better days absolutely free. Each breathtaking edition comes with a companion magazine which follows the financial collapse of one of the leisure industry's biggest corporations. From the first redundancies to the end of administration, you can follow it all with this handy pull-out share price chart. The joy of liquidation. Start your collection today. Please, for the love of God, please.
En fait, là, les pubs, elles varient même en fonction des choix qu'on a fait sur les précédents journaux, des pubs qu'on a diffusées ou non. Il y a des choses qui sont en liquidation, d'autres qui se portent bien, comme Remington Smith. Allez, on va passer sur la pub d'Advance, le centre des menus résistants. Ça, c'est de la propagande.
The team should be your #1 priority. But families are important too, and putting food on their table is a responsibility that, for too long, has been much harder for some than others. Unlike Disrupt, the team believes that tasty, nutritious food is a basic human right. That's why the wonderful, locally sourced food we provide at our universal menu centres ensures every member of your team is getting the vital vitamins and minerals they deserve. Of course, not everybody wants that. Only last week, Disrupt terrorists burned farms across the territories. They destroyed food meant for your table. The radicals want you to starve. but we'll make sure you won't. Everyone gets the same generous entitlement at the menu centres because, like you, Advance believe all our needs are equal. From a healthy breakfast to a home-cooked dinner, the team is always at your table. Minimally packaged, lovingly prepared, and absolutely free. Isn't that how you've always wanted food to be? Universal menu centres, because teams don't thrive on empty stomachs.
Ça, c'est vraiment de la grosse propagande. Et enfin la dernière, qui va être plus compliquée, la confession de Katie. Donc là, c'est du disrupt. Katie qu'on avait vu lors du premier épisode, je crois, et dans l'épisode confinement.
My name is Katie Brightman. I'm an economist and commentator. You've probably seen me on the news talking about Advance and how progressive their policies are. Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry and to beg for your forgiveness. My parents are not rich. My mother was a nurse and my father worked in a factory. I was the first member of my family to go to university. But I always envied my friends who had so much more. Over the years, my jealousy grew. So when Advance came to power, I didn't think about the damage they would do. I acted selfishly. I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards Advance were. I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under Advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by Advance's naive policies. Policies born from absurd, redistributive fantasies. I have whored myself out to the media to defend the indefensible. I have betrayed my parents. I see that now. Mum, Dad, I'm sorry. Our only hope, the only hope, now lies with Disrupt.
Ok. C'est moins joyeux, on va dire. Ok pour ça. Donc les rushs et on avait les perturbations, donc ça on l'a vu. Je vais vous mettre une des premières pubs. Le temps que je fasse 2 minutes. Qu'est-ce que je mets comme pub sympa? Station 10. On va mettre l'exercice avec... Ah, j'avais pas pris du... Ah, c'est parce que j'ai pas pris du frappadingue. Du coup, il a fait faillite. Je vais mettre à la James Long et puis je reviens dans quelques secondes. Du coup. À tout de suite.
I'm Alan James. This is not a movie. This is not some child's tale. This is not a dream. This is reality. This is the story of you and how you're stupid and asleep. It's about how you were promised the Elysian fields, but you ended up filleting Satan for the salty crumbs. It's happening here. It's happening now. And it's all happening right in front of you. I'm Alan James.
Alan James is one of the country's most controversial columnists and speakers.
And they're going to take your poor sweet grandma, and you're never going to see those drivelling dentures again. Oh, grandma, look at their faces. That's not what cows look like. You call it the stock market. I call it the stuck market, because it's just another pole they've stuck up our collective... I don't care if he was once your nephew, Cameron. He's standing in the way of the truth.
Now, Alan James, author author of Alan James's Right, is coming to your city.
I'm Alan James, author of Alan James's Right, the Gospel according to Alan James, and the Alan James shall set you free. And now I'm bringing my message directly to you with my new nationwide tour, Alan James's Right, in front of you.
Alan James.
I'm Alan James.
Alan James.
Alan James is right.
Alan James.
I'm Alan James.
Coming to a city near you. Check local press for dates and times.
Ok, le jeu est fort, mais ça dépend des moments en fait. C'est ça le problème. Dans les menus, c'est fort, alors pas trop ailleurs. Allez, on continue du coup, on avance pour la zone suivante. On va avancer dans le temps. Jour 913, un examen important. Tu arrives au travail un peu en avance malgré un trajet angoissant. Tu n'as toujours pas de certitude quant à ce qui s'est passé, mais si l'on en croit les seins d'OCC qui grouillent dans tout le bâtiment, il ne s'agit pas seulement d'une histoire avec Channel One. Cela t'est confirmé lorsque on t'informe que tu dois aller parler avec Bossman immédiatement et que l'on t'escorte jusqu'à son bureau. Tu es dehors et tu attends ton patron, les nerfs à vif. Quelques minutes plus tard, le patron arrive, échevelé, accompagné d'une OCC à l'air sévère. Ah, Winston, vous voilà. Voici la spécialiste Abels, elle observera cet entretien. S'il vous plaît, entrez, prenez un siège. L'homme visage rougeau se précipite dans son bureau et laisse la porte ouverte pour que tu le suives. Tu as déjà pu entrer dans son bureau à quelques occasions et tu te souviens que c'était immaculé et très bien rangé. Ce n'est pas le cas aujourd'hui. Ça doit être grave pour que Bossman soit aussi remonté. Alors Alex, sais-tu pourquoi tu es ici? Les yeux de Bossman sont vifs et son regard est fixé sur ton visage depuis l'autre côté du bureau. Abel se tient derrière toi, hors de vue, mais certainement pas hors de tes pensées. Je suppose que c'est en rapport avec ce qui s'est passé hier avec Disrupt. Ce qui s'est passé hier n'est rien d'autre que le point culminant d'une campagne de terreur odieuse et scandaleuse que Perturbation a semée dans toute cette nation et ses territoires. Bossman jette un coup d'œil derrière toi, sur ta gauche, là où se trouve l'observatrice OCC. Et il est bien sûr de notre devoir d'éradiquer cette pourriture où qu'elle se trouve, pour éviter qu'une situation comme celle d'hier ne se reproduise. Advance m'a demandé de mener des entretiens avec tous les membres du personnel impliqué, et j'enverrai une évaluation personnelle des performances, à la fois pendant l'incident et en question, et tout au long de ton emploi ici. Alors, le problème c'est qu'on a vachement aidé Disrupt sur nos 7 runs-là. Ça ne peut que bien se finir. Sur son visage, une impression sévère. Dis-nous la vérité, Winston, et cela sera bientôt terminé. En rangeant quelques papiers, Bossman s'est cassé la gorge et commence. À l'évidence, il s'est passé beaucoup de choses hier soir et j'ai plusieurs entretiens menés aujourd'hui, alors je préfère ne pas perdre de temps. Réponds de façon concise, claire et brève. D'accord. Commençons par le début de la diffusion de l'émission. Après l'attaque au mémorial, tu semblais avoir dépeint les terroristes sous un jour plutôt sympathique. Pourquoi? Ah, t'inquiète. J'ai mon information sur le travail, non? J'ai fait ce qui me semblait dans une situation très stressante. L'information, c'est notre travail, non? Je vois. Donc tu dis qu'on ne pouvait pas l'empêcher et que tu devais montrer les conséquences comme tu l'as fait. Je ne manquerai pas d'en prendre note. C'est drôle comme les images non autorisées arrivent toujours à se faufiler dans la diffusion. Bossman griffonne quelques notes et le bruit de son stylo grattant son bloc-notes n'étant ponctué que par le tic-tac constant de son horloge richement décorée. Espérons que ce sera bientôt terminé. En revoyant la diffusion, nous avons remarqué quelque chose d'un peu étrange dans le choix de plan de caméra en particulier. C'était pendant que tout le monde parlait, là où l'ai-je mis... Ah oui, voilà. Est-ce que tu reconnais ceci? La geste de la main, Bossman te sort de dépliant du tableau d'affichage et le pose sur ton bureau devant toi. Je supposais que ça faisait simplement partie du décor, sinon pourquoi ça aurait-il été là devant la caméra? Dis donc que la faute incombe entièrement à l'équipe du show plateau, et que c'était impossible que tu aies pu utiliser ton propre jugement pour déterminer que c'était inadapté. J'entends un grognement désapprobateur de CC qui se tient derrière toi. Et Winston dans le texte, on verra bien. Pas très subtil. Il y a autre chose que nous avons remarqué pendant la dernière diffusion du tableau d'affichage. Tu Tu as semblé faire des choix étranges d'effets sonores relativement tôt. En effet, le script prévoyait des rires, mais pour les 3, tu as choisi les huées. Pourquoi tu fais ça? J'ai estimé que c'était les choix les plus appropriés, l'arrêt subjectif après tout. Ah, j'aime bien celle-là plutôt en fait, non. Mais j'ai l'impression que je pouvais les choisir librement, ça a-t-il changé? Eh bien oui, le choix est donné à ceux qui montrent qu'ils peuvent faire preuve d'un degré suffisamment bon de jugement. Il se peut qu'on doive réexaminer cette politique, ou du moins revoir à qui elle s'applique. Tu peux voir que Bossman prend ses sourcils alors qu'il rajoute quelques lignes sur ses notes. Ça aurait pu être sympa de l'avoir dans ta poche. Combien d'autres personnes va-t-il interroger aujourd'hui? Vers la fin de la mission, on dirait qu'il y a eu des problèmes avec l'équipement de censure. À un moment, Bossman s'arrête. À ce moment-là, Bossman s'arrête un moment, pose un capuchon sur son stylo et le place soigneusement sur le bureau, perpendiculairement à son cahier de notes. Comment expliques-tu le fait que tu aies censuré un langage parfaitement acceptable pendant le segment final? J'ai fait simplement ce que l'écran me dit, je ne choisis pas ce qui doit être censuré. Je pars mettre la faute sur le pauvre Franck que je ne connais pas. C'est une très étrange conscience si l'un de nos équipements clés subit une défaillance au moment exact où une perturbation a choisi d'attaquer. Défaillance ennuyeuse mais finalement peu surprenante d'un employé incompétent me semble beaucoup plus probable. Mais je suppose que nous ne saurons pas tant que le service d'entretien n'aura pas eu l'occasion de vérifier correctement. Un silence pesant s'installe, pendant que Bossman a écrit quelques notes. À combien de questions devras-tu répondre? À ce moment-là, Bossman sort une paire de lunettes et les pose de façon assez délicate sur le bout de son nez, puis le vieil homme corpulent se penche en avant pour examiner les notes en détail. Nous nous attendons évidemment à quelques interférences ici et là, inévitables. Cependant, il fait une pause, tournant les pages à rythme angoissant. Les interférences ne sont pas synonymes de propagande terroriste. Peux-tu expliquer comment une si grande partie de leur message a-t-il fini par être diffusée sur nos ondes? Ce qui se passe, j'ai paralysé. La machine obsolète. Non, c'est vrai qu'ils ont fait un changement en fait sur la machine des interférences sur la mise à jour précédente. C'est marrant qu'ils mettent ça du coup. Et c'est vrai qu'elle est plus dure qu'avant. Avec tout ce qui se passe, je n'ai pas réalisé qu'il était trop tard. Du coin de l'œil, tu remarques que la spécialiste Abel est visiblement aux aguets, attendant la réponse de ton patron. C'est certainement vrai que les accidents peuvent se produire, mais c'est étonnant de voir à quelle fréquence ils se produisent lorsque tu es dans les parages, Winston. Le sourire de Bossman est tout sauf chaleureux, et Abel te regarde d'un air qui ne peut être décrit que comme glacial. Tu lui offres un sourire tendu en retour. Il est vachement plus long que lors de la semaine dernière celui-là. Un fort craquement brise le silence, grandissant alors que Bossman se penche en arrière sur son fauteuil. La cassette de la pauvre mademoiselle Birgham. Pourquoi l'as-tu lue? Aide-moi à comprendre pourquoi lire cette cassette. Lorsque tu croises son regard, tu peux lire une préoccupation sérieuse dans les yeux du vieil homme. J'étais inquiet de ce que Perturbation pouvait faire si je ne la diffusais pas. Cela ressemblait au journal télévisé, ce n'est pas notre travail, non? Diffuser du JT? Ouais, je continue d'être dans la provoque. Tu regardes Bossman nettoyer lentement ses lunettes avant de répondre. Eh bien, au final, c'est toi qui as choisi de le faire, Alex. Je sais ce que j'aurais fait si j'avais été à ta place. Après tout, tu as l'habitude de lire toutes les cassettes que tu trouves, n'est-ce pas? S'éclaircit la gorge et se penche à nouveau en avant de te fixer à nouveau et de poursuivre. Je crois que c'est tout ce que j'avais à dire. Dieu merci, c'est terminé. Je pense que c'est toutes les informations dont nous avons besoin pour l'instant, Winston. Bossman regarde l'OCC d'un air interrogateur, mais le temps que tu te retournes, le moment est passé. Il vaut mieux que tu rentres chez toi pour l'instant. Il n'y aura pas de travail pour toi tant que nous n'aurons pas installé une nouvelle tour satellite. Mais bien sûr, ne quitte pas la ville, j'aurai peut-être d'autres questions à te poser après les autres entretiens. En partant, tu lis une franche hostilité dans les yeux de spécialiste Abels. Et tu savais qu'il y aurait des conséquences. Oups. Ah là, c'est tout un parti de... Tout un arbre, un embranchement que je ne connais pas, donc... On va voir ce qui va se passer. Jour 989, un message remis. Le journal tombe par terre, glissant de tes mains engourdies. Le gros titre de la une tourne dans ta tête. Ce n'est pas possible. Comment ça peut être possible? Ça fait vraiment 2 mois depuis ce jour. Tu es de retour ici, rentrant précipitamment chez toi après une journée de travail particulièrement longue et stressante. Tu es déjà en retard, mais si tu respectes les limitations de vitesse, tu ne sauras pas le fin mot de l'histoire. Tu pourrais probablement gagner une dizaine de minutes sur le trajet si tu voulais. Ils sont en colère de toute façon, ça ne sert à rien de faire un excès de vitesse. Je sais pas de quoi on parle là, donc pas de risque, pas d'excès de vitesse. On dirait que tout se lit contre toi ce soir. Tu as pris chaque feu rouge et tu as cédé le passage à chaque panneau d'arrêt, ralenti à chaque carrefour entre toi et la destination. Tu as plus de 45 minutes de retard quand tu arrives devant la maison et tu vois un véhicule de Muxman garé devant ses gyrophares encore en fonctionnement. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Les OCC sortent quelqu'un de ta maison et l'emmènent vers la camionnette. Tu entends la voix de ton fils qui t'appelle. Puis les portes se referment et la camionnette s'éloigne, les lumières qui tournent t'aveuglent alors que ta vision commence à se troubler. Charlie? Ils vont avoir emmené ma femme, du coup. Tu es maintenant dans la salle de repos. Les gens au travail ont commencé à t'éviter. Des membres de l'équipe de l'émission te jettent de drôles de regards et même Bossman ne te micro-gère plus comme il en avait l'habitude. C'est juste un malentendu, tout sera bientôt réglé. Charlie adorait Advance. Il a commencé par les fonceurs, puis il a rejoint les cadets de la cohésion. Et il était à 2 doigts de devenir manager de cohésion communautaire. Sam et toi êtes allés le voir au centre Muxman la semaine dernière dès que vous avez pu. Même à l'époque, il avait une attitude positive. Il faisait des amis expliquant que le système était là pour aider les gens, qu'il était également capable de le faire en restant au centre. Ça n'aurait pas dû arriver. Ce titre en une, 7 mots simples au caractère noir et gras. Un terroriste de perturbation meurt à Muxman. Winston a été particulièrement vicieux quand il a attaqué le mentor de Muxman. Il est décédé à l'infirmerie après les tentatives de réanimation infructueuses. Et l'éternelle question est laissée sans réponse. C'était de sa faute ou de la tienne? Ça aurait été notre fils. Jour 1217. Un banquet en petit comité. C'est votre anniversaire de mariage. Et cette année, tu as un plan. Partir en escapade une semaine pourrait être exactement ce que le médecin vous a prescrit à Sam et toi. Mais ce ne sera pas gratuit. C'est plus que ce que tu dépensais normalement, mais Sam le vaut bien. Dépenser autant d'argent pour des vacances, c'est peut-être un peu friole, mais on va prendre des vacances, on le mérite. Sam n'a toujours pas oublié cet anniversaire que tu as raté. Mais tu n'as pas refait cette erreur au cours des 3 années qui ont suivi. Maudit Sarah Bossman. Une fois le voyage réservé, tu as même posé la journée qui t'a permis de cuisiner un bon plat entièrement fait maison. La classe. Sam va adorer. Sam devrait arriver d'une minute à l'autre. Même toi et Chris semblent être sur la même longueur d'onde pour la première fois depuis des années. Peut-être que ça fait assez longtemps pour un pardon, ou peut-être que Chris a décidé que c'était injuste de t'avoir demandé ton passeport, mais dans tous les cas, tu apprécies cette paix retrouvée. Chris a même aidé à nettoyer la maison aujourd'hui pour qu'elle soit impeccable lorsque Sam rentrera du travail. Tu entends la clé tourner la serrure et tu effectues les dernières retouches. Lorsque Sam entre dans le couloir, tu attends dans l'embrasure de la porte de la cuisine, sur ton 31 et l'air plus nonchalant que possible. Alex, quoi que ce soit. Oh mon Dieu, t'as tout rangé? Et d'où vient cette bonne odeur? C'est quoi tout ça, pardon? Sam t'embrasse rapidement en passant devant toi dans la cuisine où le banquet est dressé, les chandelles allumées avec Chris et Suzy qui l'attendent tranquillement en souriant. Oh mon Dieu, Alex. Bon anniversaire, Sam. Joyeux anniversaire, s'exclament tes 2 supporters préférés alors que Sam se tourne vers toi avec un sourire sur les lèvres et les larmes aux yeux. Alex, c'est parfait. Sam se précipite vers toi et t'embrasse doucement. Ne s'interrompt pas que lorsque Suzy tousse de manière assez peu subtile. Au fait, ça vous ferait quoi de devenir grands-parents, poursuit Suzy. Attends, c'était quoi ce... Je plaisante, c'est une blague. Bien que cela puisse arriver plus tôt que tu ne le penses. Suzy rit, tandis que Sam saisit le cadre de la porte pour ne pas tomber. Très bien, tu viens avec moi avant que tu ne fasses une crise cardiaque à tes parents. On se revoit plus tard, demain, mais pas ce soir. Avec un clin d'œil, Chris fait sortir Suzy de la maison. Tu tires la chaise pour Sam. Ah vraiment, merci, dit Sam. En prenant un siège, en te souriant. On dirait que Zach et Suzy sont heureux. Sam secoue la tête alors que tu t'assois sur ton propre siège en face. Demain, pour l'instant, tu n'avais vraiment pas besoin de faire tout ça, Alex. Je sais, mais j'ai jamais eu le faire. Je t'aime, Sam. Je t'aime aussi. Sam a le souffle coupé en admirant les nombreux plats que tu as préparés pour l'occasion. Maintenant, par quoi diable dois-je commencer? Sam rit pendant que tu verses la première coupe de champagne de la soirée. Tu as beaucoup de chance d'avoir une famille aussi merveilleuse. Que demander de plus? Dans l'ancienne run, on avait divorcé quand même. Et on faisait cet anniversaire tout seul dans un appartement pourri. Jour 1557, une découverte malvenue. L'appel de Sam avait été bref mais urgent. Suzy est à l'hôpital et vous a demandé à tous les deux à devenir. Tu avais quitté le travail immédiatement. Bosman avait admis à contre-cœur qu'une urgence familiale était une cause suffisante pour partir au pied levé. Bien que tu penses l'avoir entendu marmonner quelque chose à propos du fait que tu devras rattraper les heures. Après t'avoir écouté, les réceptionnistes te dirigent vers la chambre de Suzy. Dans la première run, je vous rappelle, Suzy était décédée par les bombes lancées par Advance parce qu'elle était partie en voyage. Tu montes en courant les 2 étages et tu te précipites dans le couloir jusqu'à ce que tu trouves la bonne chambre. Encore un autre, ça fait quoi, 5? Les 2 infirmières à l'extérieur se coupent la parole alors que tu les pousses pour entrer dans la chambre. Sam est au chevet de ta fille et parle avec le médecin. Suzy est vêtue d'une blouse médicale. Son visage et celui de Sam sont zébrés de larmes. Qu'est-ce qui ne va pas? Que s'est-il passé? Le docteur te regarde avec sympathie alors que tu avances pour les serrer dans tes bras. Pas de problème, à plus tard, Elf. Suzy devrait aller mieux après un peu de repos. Cependant, j'ai bien peur que nous n'ayons pas pu sauver le bébé. Sam embrasse Suzy alors que ta fille fond en larmes. Oh mon Dieu. Je sais que c'est difficile à entendre en ce moment, mais il semble qu'il pourrait être difficile voire impossible pour toi d'avoir des enfants. Encore une fois, je suis terriblement désolé. Si tu as de moindres questions, je serai à tes côtés. Vous restez ensemble dans la pièce et vous serrez fort comme si cela pouvait arranger les choses. Ta pauvre petite fille. Tu aimerais qu'il y ait quelque chose que tu puisses faire. N'importe quoi, mais il n'y a rien. Pour l'instant, tout ce que tu peux faire, c'est la serrer contre toi et la protéger. Ta fille, du mieux que tu peux. Ok. Jour 1764, un boulot en moins. Tout est en place. Ça fait des années que Sam et toi essayez de regarder Bulletman, mais vous l'avez raté au cinéma et il semble ne jamais être en stock quand l'un de vous allait chercher la cassette VHS. Maintenant, tu attends simplement que Sam rentre à la maison pour pouvoir commencer. Tu entends la porte d'entrée s'ouvrir alors que tu poses un saladier de popcorn sur la table basse. On est tous prêts à partir, ramène tes fesses. Sam entre avec un regard vide, ignorant le film et les friandises, puis s'assoit à côté de toi. Tu dois vraiment lui taper sur le bras pour lui briser sortir de sa stupeur. Sam, qu'est-ce qu'il y a? On m'a dit que c'était fini au boulot. Sam a le regard vide et fixe le néant. Apparemment, il n'y a plus besoin de 2 personnes en périculture. Il n'y a pas assez d'enfants. Ils ne peuvent donc pas justifier les dépenses. Mon amour, je me sentais mal pour toi. Ça va aller, tu trouveras un autre poste. Non, tu ne comprends pas. Il n'y a simplement plus de demande d'enseignants pour le périscolaire. Pas seulement ici, mais partout. Je ne sais pas ce que je vais faire, ce que nous allons faire. Tu serres Sam dans tes bras. Ça va aller. Nous avons économisé, nous devrions nous en sortir pour un petit moment. Dette qui stresse. Par contre, ouais, faut que je fasse gaffe quand même. Je suppose que tu as raison. Je te laisse vraiment devoir mettre ce fardeau sur tes épaules. Sam se recule et te regarde. Mais je vais trouver quelque chose, je te le promets. Nous sommes une équipe. Sam rit. Punaise, je n'arrive pas à croire que je viens de dire ça. Je te parle comme si j'étais un slogan pour Advance. Tu glousses. Nous avons assez de force pour traverser cette épreuve ensemble. Tu mets Bulletman et tu peux enfin regarder le film après des années de frustration. Un blockbuster hollywoodien typique, pas très subtil au niveau du scénario, mais ça reste néanmoins divertissant. Plus tard dans la nuit, bien après que Sam se soit fait un nid douillet dans la couette et dorme à point fermé, tu n'arrives pas à dormir, car tu penses à l'argent. Combien de temps tes économies vont-elles réellement durer? Voilà, ça commence à être stressant. Jour 1975, on repart, deuxième journal. La stérilité. 3 ans se sont écoulés depuis le soulèvement.
Winston, I know we don't see eye to eye on much, but things could be significantly worse. Why don't you try to muddle through for a change rather than your established approach of giving me a headache? If not for me, do it for the children, Alex. It's advanced is ill-conceived. Bring your daughter to work day today, so there's even more people than usual for you to disappoint.
Nature, not one to miss. At 10 p.m. it's time for Julia's diary.
Tac, il n'y a plus que 3 cassettes, dont 2 d'Advance déjà.
Then at 10:30, it's the latest episode of our drama series, Betterment, which tells the inspirational story of Emily Dennisworth and the brave doctors and technicians struggling.
And this is Jenny. She's the floor manager.
Hi, Stacey.
That's Colin. He too much. Don't talk to Colin.
Not getting involved in bringing your daughter to work, eh, Colin?
Nah, we don't believe in it.
All right, come and sit next to
Ok, il y a
Mum.
une petite antenne.
Believe in what?
Just days.
How did it all go so right? That's followed by the territory
Atta girl.
advanced briefing.
10 seconds, everybody.
Now
All of
featuring up to 16
Mondays a myth.
simultaneous
That
colours.
explains so much.
Time to go
Okay, we are
live.
going in
But
5,
first,
4,
time to put on your thinking
3.
glasses as we go over to Megan and the team.
C'est parti.
Good evening and welcome to the NNN. I'm Megan Wolf.
Nationality News est devenu
Who's
NNN.
this, you might be wondering. Well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here at Channel 1. So I'm joined tonight by my foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey.
Go fuck yourself.
All right then.
Ça commence bien.
Here are the stories that matter to you. First up, with Advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked you what keeps you going. I know that I, for one, was quite deflated when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions has really put the smile back on my face. This is from Drew in Humberset. To take our minds off things, me and my partner have been building this house for our hamster. It really does distract us from thinking about the 85% sterility rate. So next week, we're building Nibbles a tiny conservatory, a loft conversion, and a holiday home. Thank you for that. And if you've started a new hobby, do write in and tell us about it. Next up, you know how we love your uncanny comestible coincidences, and I don't know about you, but I think this one really takes the biscuit. I'm not sure what I'm more impressed by, Stacey. The things our viewers spot, or the unbelievable way our menu centres are now able to feed every team member every single day. Catherine from Berkeldown sent us this, saying, I couldn't help but spot the face of poor departed Peter Clement in my 4th lager this morning. Well, I'm not sure if I see it, Catherine, but then again, I'm only on my 3rd. Do keep those coming in. Come on, can you have a go? We've just got time for one more of your stories, and this one is an inspiring story of rehabilitation.
Pour le B, j'avais pris la A la dernière fois.
That's it, just tell us who it's from, yeah, and then read it out. Okay.
So this one says it's from John in Stokely. Before I was convicted, I'd never read a single book, but since I was released from Betterment, I haven't been able to stop. I'm even working at a library, and on our lunch breaks, Mr. Wordyworth spell checks my tattoos.
We absolutely love hearing the way our neighbours and team members have been able to become better people. So do let us know your stories here. You can do this bit, Stacey.
No, you're right, thanks.
Come on, give it a try.
Let us know your stories here at the NNN.
Right, bit of a change of pace coming up here. You'll need to use the SFX buttons for the next segment, but Advance have already selected when and what to use. Simple stuff. Just follow your government orders.
Ok.
First up tonight on the NNN, it's time to celebrate this week's team lottery winners. Live from the Shakespeare Theatre, right here in the capital, we're going to hand over to Julia Salisbury. I suppose you don't think much of her either, eh, Stacey?
She's got a lot more going for her than you wankers.
Okay. Surprising vote of approval there from Stacey. Let's go live to that right now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's Team Awards. Of all the many duties I have as team leader, this is by far the
On va essayer de respecter un peu. De toute façon, j'ai pas trop le choix là.
As I so often say to you, the uneven past is now, following the demise of Disrupt, firmly behind us. This is the new future. And I say to you, it's better now. I am delighted to be joined here tonight by one of the oldest people in Territory 1. He was born over 107 years ago. Please give a warm team welcome to Alfie Tatchbadger. So, Alfie, you must have seen so much in your lifetime. What have been some of the highlights? Alfie? Alfie? Is he all right? Is he all right?
His hearing aid isn't turned on.
Could you turn it on?
He says it drains the battery.
Well, will you tell him that we'll buy him a brand new battery after the presentation?
Yeah, he says that's fine then. And I will help him with that.
Yeah, if you would. Sorry, can't get the staff.
We got it.
So, Alfie.
What?
You're 107 years old.
Oh, don't bloody remind me.
Would you like to tell the audience what that's like?
Where is everybody?
Out there, in the dark. Oh, bless him, it's not just the ears.
Who are you? 2 sugars, please.
I'm Julia Salisbury, the Prime Minister.
I like this story. Who are you really?
No, I really am the Prime Minister.
Oh, you're
a woman.
A woman. One of
Women can do anything men can do these days, Alfie.
Oh, can you piss standing up?
I can't say I've ever tried.
No, I didn't think so. 2 sugars, please, and not too much milk.
Shall we get to the awards, Alfie?
Oh, are you going to ask me about my life?
Well, I'm not sure we have enough time left now for that. So
when I was 9, I wanted a pet, so I asked me mum and pap. There was no television then, back then, you know. We made our own entertainment out of coal and roadkill.
Well, that's fascinating.
So they got me a pet, see? But it weren't a dog. They told me it were a dog, but it were a stone.
A stone?
Yeah. So I called it Patch, which was a popular name for a dog back then on account of the king having a patchy face. And I decided to introduce him to pretty little Gertie Thimble, who lived up the road.
Oh, how romantic.
She threw my dog in the river. That was the day I decided I'd never marry.
And that's the secret to your long life?
Oh no, I've been married 7 times, divorced 8. There was a mix-up with number 3, you see. Yes, I'm just lucky. Are we going back to the home soon?
Soon, Alfie. First, let's turn to the reason we're all here, the weekly Territory 1 Team Awards. First up tonight is a lady who really knows how to put in the extra hours. She works at a transition centre in Hamble-Bamblebury, and she has single-handedly allowed more families to unburden each other than any other nurse in Territory 1. In the uneven path, she'd have been locked up. Tonight, she is being honoured as a team player. Please welcome Daphne Snister.
Are you here to change me?
Just give her a medal, Alfie. There's a good boy.
Doctor, I mean, 2 sugars, please. And don't let it steep too long.
I think you're supposed to give me one of those.
Oh.
Well,
There he goes, look.
I can't get the arms up any higher than that. You'll have to go down, love.
Thank God those fractious times are behind us, and now the territories are thriving.
Are we in? As the actress said to the bishop.
Yes, thank you. I've got it from here.
Well done. Daphne Snister, everybody. Now, open your envelope and find out what you've won. Don't hold back there. She's tougher than one of Peter's homemade Eccles cakes.
Got it. I've won a holiday for 2 in Territory 15. Used to be called San Palmerino, didn't it?
I believe it did, yes.
Why couldn't we have stuck with that then? It's easier to remember.
We're all one nation now.
Hang on a minute. Isn't it still on fire?
Daphne Snister, everyone.
Oh, what about my
Ça marche, j'ai oublié de faire d'applaudissements.
I've been in these wide fronts for 3 days now.
Je sais pas trop s'il fallait juste... Non, j'aurais peut-être pas dû censurer Advance. Je vais éviter de le faire.
Next up tonight is a couple from Farnley who, after a rocky start losing their family's ill-gotten gains to the Assets and Wealth Act, have really embraced the new future, setting up a community farm and petting zoo in their local area for all the local children to play. Please welcome Otho and Lobelia, Jackson Randy-Gannett.
Ah, c'est les riches.
Medals, Alfie.
You know, when I was in the trenches, I had a pal called Scotty Wilson. He was from way up north, so I didn't understand a bloody word he said. But he were my best mate.
Should we just grab them for ourselves?
Probably for the best.
And his best mate was Smudger Ace. There was them two. Fiddly Eric, Unstable Terry, and of course, Leggy Sydney. She were a girl. But she had a boy's name, so they shipped her to the front anyway. First girl any of us has ever seen, close up. She's dead now. They all are. Smudger and Scotty never made it home. Fiddly got shanked in Frankworth prison in an argument over an olive. And Terry, he exploded quietly at home. Sydney got a fatal skin condition. Scratched herself to death. It makes you think.
Thanks, Alfie. Great contribution. So, Otho and Lobelia, a petting zoo.
After we lost all our wealth, we discovered there were actually people who had never even owned a pony.
I used to have 3.
So we decided to do something about it. That's the type of people we are, you see. Advantage of a private education, probably.
Well, I'm sure we could debate that all night, but there's no time. So, let's see what you've won.
Yes, before we do, there's something I wanted to say to you.
Oh, absolutely. Every citizen of the new future has my ear.
When Advance came to power, you took all of our wealth. You took the shirts off of our backs.
Quite literally, in my case, I used to collect shirts.
You might as well have the rest of it, too.
Hop là.
Security!
Oh God, not again. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Fannies and the news are not good bedfellows. Keep those flappy bits off my channel, Alex.
Much better. And you are? Oh, no.
Got to go. It isn't right and it isn't fair.
You tell him, girl. That's my wife, you know. Oh, no, you don't.
You can't mix pearls with swine. It isn't right. We used to have 3 horses, then to
settled hung well. And now what have we got? 2 mangy goats, 1 mongrel dog called Kenneth, and a rooster that won't bloody shut up!
Can we get this over quickly with, please?
As the actress said to the bishop. Oh, here we go again. Hello, Alfie Tadge-Badger. Pleased to meet you.
Stop them!
Oh, don't worry, love. I'll protect you. Oh, 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 oh.
You better break their ruddy nose.
You know, this reminds me of when I was in my 20s and we go to the promenade at Shining on Sea and watch all the pretty girls on the beach. Everything was black and
Je peux pas montrer ce qui se passe sur les autres écrans, donc je vais être obligé de rester sur celui-là.
The penny arcade and try to win a block of
Mais bon, ils vont se faire tabasser. Hein.
to take home for the family. You couldn't buy lard in those days. You had to win it. Oh, it was so much simpler back then. Boys were boys, girls were girls. Everyone else was recruited by the circuses. There were loads of them, you see, circuses, with their big tents and their candy floss. You'd hear the music, the pipe organ, drifting over the nearby fields. My mum used to call it the most magical sound in the world. This was before she lost her hearing after giving a particularly loud round of applause. Did you ever go to the circus?
What's that, Alfie?
The circus, don't go mind. Yeah, just a tea, pet.
Well, that was an unexpected dose
Okay.
of naked nostalgia. Some people simply can't let go of the past. That's why I look in joy and fervent admiration at the younger generation. So cohesive, such a team. And with fertility falling throughout the territories, we should value our fabulous new generation now more than ever. Our final winner tonight is a go-getter who really went and got 'em, helping to root out more than 170 disrupt collaborators in his own neighbourhood. Since then, he's gone on to be a senior cohesion cadet leader and organised all of the entertainment at last year's Camp Cooperation. Our final winner tonight, Edwin Neverley.
Oh, Alfie Tadge-Badger.
You should be in a transition centre, you old Prime Minister. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. We're very similar, in my opinion.
Well, I've never been much of a role model.
Nonsense, Prime Minister. You have saved this country. You have fought enemies, foreign and domestic, with an iron fist. As with my own tiny fists have I.
Well, let's open the envelope and find out what you've won. Maybe it'll be a fist enlargement.
A year's internship as a behaviour coach at Betterment. Let's show the fools where they went wrong, eh?
Well, actually, Betterment is about rehabilitation, Edwin.
Absolutely. And if they don't reintegrate, we retaliate. Just like you did on Liberation Night. Thank you for this award. And stay vigilant. Report the non-cohesives. Be a team player.
That concludes tonight's awards. Join me next week when, hopefully, things will be a lot more normal. Back to you, Megan.
Ok, orphelin again.
Prime Minister
Okay.
there at a highly eventful team awards ceremony. Any thoughts on this week's winners, Stacey?
The nurse was fucking scary, the pretties were saggy, and that little prick will never lose his virginity.
Succinctly put there, if a little profane. After the break, we'll be going live to a star
On passe à la deuxième pub.
premiere. You won't believe who's on the red carpet tonight. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back after this. And we're out.
Oh, Alex, one
Okay.
other... What's that? You're off already? I know you had to take the day off work for Junior, but... Oh, I see. No luck still with Theodore. I'm so sorry, darling. Of course. I'll speak to you later. Oh, Alex, I completely forgot what I was going to say. Blast it all. You're lucky your Susie is a key worker and exempt for today.
into some kind of tragic comic disaster.
Even as they still refuse to feed their own. But they have underestimated us. For though they may have scarred our bodies, they will never damage our will.
Are you receiving
Ok, on va aller sur les Oscars, on verra si on va avoir les mêmes personnes sur le tapis rouge. A priori, on peut avoir des personnes un peu différentes. Bon, a priori, on n'aura pas ni Frappadingue, hein, vu qu'il a fait faillite.
So, Patrick and Robin are just going to grab his hand and then you've got these generic links on the autocue to glue it all together.
They do know I have a Queen's View degree in journalism.
Don't you wish you'd studied something useful now, eh?
I'll just bring your daughter to work day. What a joke.
Where is our honoured guest?
I don't know, she's probably sniffing around that boy band. Hotspot.
Heat rash. Hotspot won it last year.
Heat rash. Oh God, they're running out of names, aren't they?
Allez, et on va partir sur le troisième parti.
Ah, there she is.
Just
in time too. That's 10 seconds, everybody.
What have you been up to?
On va partir sur une séance d'awards avec un tapis rouge.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. Stacey's still here.
Wishing she wasn't.
Thanks, Stacey. And in this segment, we're delighted to have sent Robin and Patrick to the movies. Yes, tonight is the world premiere of The Automated, starring Lawrence Blunderclatch and the late, great Helena Canterbury Boatshoe. And all the stars are out tonight. We first covered this film almost 5 years ago, back when it was called The Medicated. Then, for mysterious reasons, the film was suddenly pulled the night before its release. Well, since then, executive producer George Focus has spent 5 long years polishing the film and turning it into a special edition and premiering tonight with extensive state-of-the-art visual effects and a top-quality voice team. George says it's the movie he always wanted to make. Now, let's take a look at it.
Interférence pour commencer.
I can't deconstruct it. Robots!
Is this a wig?
You think I don't grow that? You think I don't grow that?
No, Dick, I'll kill you.
Pour information, si vous savez pas, c'est la bande-annonce qui a été retravaillée suite au tout premier journal. Hein. C'est pour ça que les doublages sont pas bons.
I wish you were real, baby. Flesh and blood.
Captain Quasar.
But you're just ones and zeros, baby. If only I'd noticed.
Captain Quasar.
You rusted, but I didn't notice.
Captain.
I'm buffering, Dick, you said.
Got one on you.
God damn it, lost it all!
Here's a map.
What's a map? Okay, so head north on Interstellar Avenue, left at the asteroid belt, and a tricky three-point turn at Uranus.
Oh, elle descend vite là, celle-là, elle va me surprendre.
What are these symbols? This corner, this is the key.
We could shut it down.
Yes, we could shut it down. Yes, we could shut it down. But we have to ask ourselves, who are we?
Ok, c'est bon. On va pouvoir repasser sur Megan.
Gosh, thrilling stuff. What did you think, Stacey?
The robots were alright, I guess.
They certainly were. Let's go over to Robin Short now in Western Square, who I believe has got the star of the show. Robin!
Well, Megan, I'm here in star-studded Western Square, and I'm hoping I'll be able to grab a word with Lawrence Blunderclatch, though, of course, he has famously avoided our show since the whole us airing him losing it thing. But who knows? Perhaps it'll be water under the bridge. Maybe.
Fuck off! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Ah mince, j'ai pas vu que...
You look like, isn't it? Lawrence's blunder patch. You animals have destroyed Helen and I. Haven't they, darling? So fuck your questions. Fuck your interview. Fuck your little camera. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yes.
Oh yes. Fuck you.
Wow,
Ok, c'est des nouvelles personnes parce que c'était pas ça qu'on a eu la première fois. Et je vois que la deuxième caméra, c'est pas non plus la même chose. On avait Lildine la dernière fois.
Thank you, Robin. Fingers crossed. I'm joined here by pop icon. It's Lil C.
HS to HS, succès déverrouillé.
And her father.
Mais ça va pas être les
Country
ici.
singer and alien worshipper, Billy Bob Jean Short.
Howdy.
So, Lil C.
Interférence.
What's with the bag?
She knows what she's done.
Well, we love this look. Is it one of yours?
No, you know it's not. We don't do that anymore.
Yes, of course. Your clothing label went bankrupt, didn't it?
Yes, because a certain TV show failed to fulfill their contractual obligations.
Well,
Ça doit être nous, sans doute.
Oh, well, that's probably due to her new cosmetics and wellness brand.
Well, I'm not sure that it is.
Let her show you. This is our new eyeshadow palette. She calls this one Glands.
Wow, it's scented. Wow, that was a surprise.
And this next one, this is our new lipstick. We call this shade Lips.
Oh, wow. Why
Okay, on regardera les rushs de celle-là parce que je l'ai pas vu. Enfin, j'écoute pas ce qu'ils disent surtout là.
This body spray. This is a body mist which rebalances your hormones and actually smells like fertility.
Oh, right, yeah. Wow.
You feel that?
Yeah, that burns. Oh.
All this is part of Lil C's new range, straight from my veins.
Oh, good lord.
Breeze Craglar!
So, you're retiring from the music industry. That must be hard.
Well, she's way past her prime, Patrick. It was very hard for her to accept at first, but the industry's very, very sure about these things.
Well, you sure we can't convince you to release just one last album?
We do actually have another album ready, but that's for the label to release in case she dies over the next 10 years or so.
Oh, really?
Well, given the way she's going, you might get it by Christmas.
Well, we better let you get back.
Now remember, we need the money. So, she's also available for parties, weddings, funerals, and bar mitzvahs.
Well, thank you, Lil C. That's Lil C there. Oh, and it looks like Robin has got hold of Jesus. Is it obvious I'm sweating, Robin?
It absolutely is, Patrick. Jesus, I almost can't believe you're here. How have you been?
You know, I like to walk amongst the peoples every now and then. It makes them feel close to me.
C'est vrai que sur cette section, on l'avait pas censuré.
And to be human. Just to be a part. Oh, that was good. Write that down. Hey, Rachel, write that one down.
It's good to see you've done so well for yourself.
Thank you, my child. You know, I have you to thank for that.
C'est pas facile les interférences, hein.
Supporting me and my music. I never would have transcended.
Now, there are rumours going around that you might be running for office. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, that's absolutely true, yeah.
But you're aware that elections have been suspended in the territories?
No, I'm not running to be no Prime Minister.
Oh, you're not?
No. I'm going to be King of the Moon.
King of the Moon?
Yes.
No.
King of the Moon.
You're running for King of the Moon?
No, not running. It's my birthright.
And does this have anything to do with promoting your upcoming hip opera, Chase in Space?
Hush now. Cynicism is so unmoon.
Okay. And how long will this last? Will it go the way of last year's Living as a Mouse fiasco? Or maybe your foray into ventriloquist beats?
I don't make the moon rules. I merely live by them.
So, are you looking forward to seeing The Automated?
You know, I don't believe in film. Thou shalt keep thine image still and holy. That's track 4, Jesus Christ Megastar.
Okay. Thank you for your time and good luck with your new life in space.
And with you, my child.
Well, Megan, that's what
Success, looks like. I'm going to see if we can grab someone else to have a chat. Back to you.
Thanks, Robin. But I think Stacey and I are probably in quite enough trouble where we are. So, 3 big names there, Stacey.
Yeah, big names.
Any thoughts about them, maybe from your generation's perspective?
You won't like my opinions.
Oh, go on, try me.
Well, Bumbanonk is so old he's like 1 week away from a transition centre, so who cares? And Lil C was cool when I was like 12 or something, but now she's just another fucking loony. And Jesus is a disrupt-loving wanker who should have died with the rest of them 3 years ago.
You're right.
You agree with me?
No, you're right, I don't like your opinions. But thankfully, we can go back to Patrick now, who has another familiar face to catch up with. Oh, Patrick, what's the atmosphere like there?
We're on the edges of our seats, Megan, except we're standing. I apologise if I get overexcited, but any moment now, we're going to meet with the cast of the hottest new TV show. It's on every Saturday night. Have you guessed it? Yes, it's Big Chris's House of Chris's. And here's the man himself, Big Chris, hello!
Hey, hey.
It's good to see you, Big
C'est
Chris.
complètement différent les segments qu'on a là de ce qu'on a eu sur la première run. Hein.
And are you excited for the automated?
Oh yeah, I mean...
Come on!
All right, 1 sec. Sorry, that's impatient Chris and rude Chris.
Fuck off! Are the other Chris's here as well?
Yeah,
Ah, c'est les Chris.
Some of the boys are here. Hello, we've got Puss Chris, Quiet Chris and Remorseful Chris. Pocket Chris is around here somewhere, but I haven't seen him in ages.
What about Chris Reloaded?
Oh no, he's not. He couldn't make it. But Chris 2 Electric Boogaloo's here. Oh Jesus Christ! It's Mormon Chris.
Hello.
Marmon Chris.
Piece of cardboard, Chris. There he is.
Chris en carton. Ah,
I wouldn't normally ask this, but spill the gossip. Is there anyone in the cast you don't get on with?
Well, everyone would think it would be Killer Chris, but he's all right. Yeah, he's really into crosswords. I think it'd probably be Surfer Chris.
Aw, bummer, man.
Or Disco Chris.
Ow!
Honestly, he's god awful.
Bit of cheeky celeb insight there.
Oh shit, I better go actually, before Sheriff Chris and Chris Beard fall out again. Oh no, I'm sorry, I've got to go, too late, sorry. I'll see you inside.
No,
yeah?
thank you, Big Chris. Amazing. Megan, you know, I've heard the production have actually had to hire out a separate screen exclusively for them. I'm sure they'll love the movie. What a pleasure to meet with such varied and talented stars. Megan.
Thanks, Patrick. What a colourful interview there on what looks like an amazing night. They certainly know how to make an entrance. And the automated really does seem to have unstoppable written all over it, because despite Boris Horsey in Hours magazine calling it Lawrence Blunderclatch's overly long suicide note, in a review which ends with the words, and he hasn't even had the decency to see it through, the film, which is free to all residents of the territories, has seen record pre-bookings and looks set to run for months and months. But let's go back to those lucky few seeing it tonight. Oh, I'm so jealous. Robin, you seen anything unusual there?
Yes, Megan. 3 alpacas on a flatbed sharing a Scotch egg. But I am just delighted to be joined by legendary CEO and party girl, Sophia Remington. Welcome back to the NNN, Miss Remington.
Always good to be getting free advertising, Robin.
So even the heroines of capitalism get to take the night off to go to the movies.
Did you say heroin?
No one said heroin, Miss Remington.
So modest. So,
Pardon, je rigole contre les dialogues. Ça me fait rater les interférences.
Of course you are. But in the actual film...
Oh, in the film? They're robots.
Oh, the brand new computer-generated special effects, eh?
We built them, you know.
The computers?
The robots.
But aren't they...
There was a meeting. I know, I was there. I probably called it. Who can remember? And I was there with my science guys, the hottest geeks on the planet, by the way. And I said to them, if they weren't robots, let's give them robots. Didn't I?
Sure did, Miss Remington.
But I thought they were computer generated.
And they looked at me baffled, because there's me telling these super brainy guys to make functioning killer robots when even our best-selling toys catch fire. But I said to them, at Remington's Fist, we can do anything, anything! and then there were some shots, and maybe a line or two. And then when I woke up, Jean-Claude told me that the Geek said that they were definitely going to build the goddamn killer robots like I asked.
Okay, but in the movie...
And I did what they said and stayed away from the lab, because those geeks sure like to surprise me. But I will go in there tonight, and I will see my goddamn killer robots. Do you understand me?
Yeah, I've got a press release here that does say the robots
The robots are not computer generated. And Miss Remington needs to take her seat.
Thank you, Jean-Claude. Ex-Special Forces. Ex-type. You should get one.
Shall I escort you in now, Miss Remington?
Absolutely. The robots will be in there, won't they, Jean-Claude?
Of course, Miss Remington.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sophia Remington. Gosh, I think I got a little bit high just standing near her, Megan. Back to you.
Thanks, Robin. Lucky you, and enjoy the movie. The Automated opens in cinemas across the territories this weekend.
On verra après ce qu'ils disent parce que là ça.
Event, hey Stacey?
Who cares? No one goes to the cinema these days.
Of course. We'll be back after these messages. We'll be back. I still go to the cinema.
Là, c'est une séance qui était, séquence qui était complètement différente de la première pointe qu'on a faite.
It's just not the same, is it? You're right, it's better. No unevens chatting and chewing all the way through.
What about a kiss and cuddle on the back row? Doesn't that happen anymore?
In public? What's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me.
Feeling better?
Alright, you are? Gotta get set up for heat rash. I think Ronnie's on something. I know he is. It was on his rider. Apparently it's medicinal.
Ronnie's always high. Give him orange juice.
God, she speaks.
He's a stupid cunt.
Just like that, you wish you wouldn't.
Donc après le journal, on regardera à nouveau ces rushs là.
We seem to be a bit bunched up.
Est-ce que t'es encore là, le feu bon?
It's what now? Oh, here's Megan. She's going to be interviewing you.
Hello. Hi.
This is her. This is Stacey.
Yes, juste une question. Les FPS, c'est comment? Parce que j'ai l'impression d'avoir des gros chutes de FPS. Je voulais savoir si c'était regardable de ton côté.
You're gonna have to wait in the dressing room.
Whatever.
Do you want to go and wait in the dressing room?
No.
Rien de choquant? Bon bah nickel, ok. Bah, c'est de mon côté, là je vois que j'ai fait les chutes à 20 FPS, je sais pas trop pourquoi.
No.
Bah si, je sais pourquoi, c'est parce que le jeu est mal optimisé malheureusement et que
Sit up straight.
ça me...
Ruining my shot.
Mais la carte graphique au max,
10 seconds, everybody.
bah si c'est que mon retour, c'est pas grave du coup.
Fucking right, no. Chloe.
Merci.
What's that? What's no?
In 5, 4, 3.
Un groupe de musique,
Welcome back.
un boys
For our
band.
final segment tonight, Stacey and I are delighted to be joined by Heat Rash. Their new album, Girls and Why We Love Them All, comes out this weekend. So, let me see if I can get this right. It's Nolan,
I write the songs.
Ronnie.
That's what it says on my tattoo.
Oh, you've got a tattoo of your name on yourself. Okay.
In case he forgets it.
This raconteur, you must be Chinny. Why do they call you Chinny?
It's because of this ugly old thing.
I don't know what you mean.
God, you're so fucking embarrassing.
Dale. Crikey, Dale, you do not look old enough to be in a band.
C'est pareil avec mes retours, ça lag, mais c'est juste la CG qui arrive. Ok, d'accord, ok.
I have a growth disorder.
Pardon.
God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that.
It's so cool, PT.
He's only messing with you.
He's actually 58.
Okay, right, I see. You're going to be a handful, aren't you, boys?
Mum.
You must be TP. What does TP stand for?
Tiny prick.
It stands for team player.
I see. How long have you had that nickname?
Ever since Nolan decided Terry Pronos was a shit name for a member of a boy band.
No co-Ronnie.
Yeah, no co-Ronnie.
Sorry, what does no-co mean?
Ah, it's the opposite of SoCo.
Ah.
Fuck's sake. SoCo. Yeah. So cohesive. You pretees say cool.
Right, okay, thank you, Stacey.
Sorry about her.
Not your fault, she's uneven.
So, you guys met through a popular show on one of our rival channels, didn't you?
Yeah, team players with a Z.
So, how did that work then?
Well, actually, Dell and I knew each other from school. We were actually classmates. And
Fuck's sake, Nolan, mate. Give someone else a chance. We all went on Team Players. We all auditioned. The judges put us into bands. And, yeah, we went to their houses and they just put us into bands.
it's an example of how we're greater than the sum of our parts.
Flash for someone, Kevin.
And occasionally singing it.
So every week on the show, they get these bands and they give them a song that the producer just found from under the bin somewhere.
Actually, I write the song.
And the public would phone in and decide which song they like best.
Right, and then the losers would be eliminated.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mum.
What?
No-co. Pretty. So no-co.
The band who get the most approval get to play their song again.
Sure. So what happens to the losers then?
Mum.
What do I keep doing wrong?
We don't use the L word anymore.
We don't use the
L word.
Would you please stop saying that?
That word is a pejorative. It's a word designed to diminish. At Go-Getters, I learned very early that we only win when everybody wins.
But, sorry, that's not real life, is it? That's just sports board. No? That's just...
I thought you were Soko.
Yeah, I am Soko.
Nah, you're a shrinker. Can't be friends with shrinkers.
She doesn't know what you're talking about. She doesn't understand.
So I do understand, actually, Stacey.
What's a shrinker?
Well, a shrinker.
What's a pretty, Mum? What's a pretty?
Well, I think it means someone who's older, doesn't it?
Pre-territories.
It's someone who turned 18 before the new future. We call you preties.
Uneven.
Mimis. Nonks.
It's not her fault she's old. She can't help it.
I'm not that old.
I'm trying to help you here.
I don't think I need your help.
See? Total Mimi.
See? Is that so?
Yes, obviously. Yes, obviously.
You know what the real problem with you lot is? You just can't get over the fact that your beloved Disrupt are gone and you just don't fit in anymore. But the truth is, Disrupt were violent, no-co bricks being led by a fucking psycho. I'm glad they lost, and you should be too.
Listen, not everyone over 30 supported Disrupt, Stacey.
Not everyone, no, but one fuck-off lot of you did.
Soko, Stacey. Soko.
We've all learned maybe a little bit more than we expected to there. I'm genuinely delighted to have met Heat Rash. And before we end the show tonight, I think you're going to sing for us, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. We're going to sing a song from Girls and Why We Love Them All called Pieces of My Heart, which is about a real relationship I had with an actual girl.
Oh, Nolan, give it a rest, mate. No one cares. Go on, let's get on these stools, lads.
Right.
Let's get on these stools, lads.
Right.
So, Stacey, can I get your contact?
Oh, she's 15. Go on, piss off and sing your song, Terry. Christ.
Right you are.
So,
Allez, on va passer sur la
here they
musique.
are with their latest single, Pieces of My Heart. Are you excited, Stacey?
Not for me, no. I only listen to blip music and a bit of jizzcore. Pop music is...
Ah, yes, I know I meant to mention this earlier. Apparently, these newfangled boy bands change singer all the bloody time. Try and follow along, eh? Keep the shot on whoever is currently singing the lead vocal.
I saw you standing by the menu center with a brand new pair of Lakers, baby. Do you remember? You took the first of the pieces of my heart.
En plus, je sais qu'ils vont faire des feintes là.
Took our assets and our wealth and drew them out of the bag. I gave you little pieces of my heart. I didn't know two hearts could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington Smith. I take all of the loves that didn't last and leave them in the uneven past. Share the new future as my bride. snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the
On dirait un vrai boys band quoi.
As my old man used to say, you blow me away. I just want you to stay. I don't want you to pay. You make me crazier than Neil today. On Liberation Night, girl, I was sitting beside you. We sat there shaking all the way through incisors. We held each other as things fell apart. We took a train through all the territories and we threw away the rules and wrote our personal stories. You took a dozen pieces.
J'ai pas fait gaffe à qui est-ce qu'elle chantait là.
I didn't know the life could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington's fist. I take all of the loves that didn't last. I leave them there, the uneven past. Share the new future as my bride. Snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times you have cried. As my old man used to say, blow me away. I just want you to stay. I just want you to play. You make me crazier than Neil. Make me crazier than Neil today. Your membership card, there's your picture beaming brighter than a handful of flaws. I'm trying to find the pieces of my heart and leave them in the uneven parts. Share the new future as my bride. You snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times that you cried. As my old man used to say, you to play. You make me crazier than Neil. Crazier than Neil. Crazier than Neil today.
Wow.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you, Nikash. That was actually really good. Best of luck. Thank you for coming in. Now it's almost time for final thoughts tonight. And I've actually asked Stacey to write a few, and they're just being programmed onto the auto cue now. Now, I have no idea what she's going to say. So, fingers on that bleep button in the broadcast room, just in case. Take it away, Stacey. Take it away, Stacey.
My name is Stacey. I guess you know that by now. Don't know why I put that in there. Anyway. I don't watch the news. There's no need. You hear all the important stuff from your mates, so I don't know what's considered important anymore. But I'm pretty sure that it's not rehashed movies and fucking boy bands, so anyway. I'm going to talk about what's important to me. When Advance were first elected 6 years ago, I was 9 and in a home. Not a family home like you call a home. This was a state children's home. It was fucking awful, actually. It was like a Charles Dickens book.
Tiens, il a pas bipé le fucking. Je crois que je m'étais déjà dit sur le premier run.
Drugs and alcohol were everywhere. No one cared. You had to watch your back all the time because there weren't enough staff to manage us. And yes, as you'd imagine, there was a lot of some bad stuff went down there with some of the staff. Okay. Not all of them, but the others knew, and they didn't stop it. And then Advance won the election. And like a miracle,
things started to change. They got better. We had nicer food. The home was not just repaired, but redecorated and kitted out with books and sports stuff and musical instruments and video games. Most of the staff were fired, and the new ones, which there were more of, spent time talking and working with the bullies. And you know what? A second miracle. It worked. The bullying stopped. My life, got better. Because finally, there was enough money to do the good things, and Advance had the guts to do it. I joined Go-Getters, and on Liberation Night, that gave me a group of friends that I could talk with when the bombs went off and the power went out. Another miracle. I wasn't alone anymore. And that was the night I finally understood the importance of being in a team.
Partie vite celle-là.
So here's my final thought. I know the people who were doing better under the old system long to go back. You say, we were freer, but what you mean is, we were richer. But for every one of you, there is 100 of me. And even now, after all you've had taken away, you are still doing better than I am, than I likely ever will. You still have homes of your own and families of your own who love you.
Okay.
And I'll never have that. So maybe you should stop looking for the worst interpretation of everything this amazing government does and realise it's not for you. It's for the millions like me. And you can cry and bleat all you want, but you're never going to get your money back because it's already been spent on miracles.
Hop, disrupt là.
Wow, thank you, Stacey, for that.
Stand by.
Let's keep making tomorrow better.
And we're out.
Is that all right?
Ah mince, la pub. J'ai oublié de lancer la pub, pardon. J'étais perturbé par le petit perturbation de disrupt qu'on a vu à la fin là. Que j'avais pas eu sur la première run également. Ok, on a fini le deuxième journal sur 3.
Talk about our options. If that's okay.
Of course, Miss Wolf. Security will be standing by.
So they're always there then?
There was a thing a few years ago now.
Oh, with that Jeremy bloke? I heard about that, everyone did. Were you here back then? Doesn't look old enough.
Something that speaks from
yeah, she does that.
Your hearts. An original composition,
ok.
cooperation and...
Alors, là dans le menu c'est fort. Ice C, ok, nickel. On a reçu notre plein salaire, donc la fortune actuelle est dette qui stresse. Ne part en pas trop bouger. Advance est aimé, Disrupt est plus aimé, Channel One toujours pas trop aimé. Alors, la première fois que je savais pas, alors j'ai mis mon retour sur le deuxième PC, mais ça allait être nickel. Je préfère éviter de trop solliciter le PC qui stream, donc j'utilise le PC partout. Ok, d'accord. Je viens de voir que ma base est 1 sur 2 mettre en décalage en Z par rapport à la grille. Ah merde. Allez, je revois par contre le tapis rouge. Ceux que j'ai pas vu.
Are you still smoking, Aaron? Ooh, honestly. It's been 2 months now. Oh, cold turkey. I feel great. I'll put you in touch with my electro-scream therapist. Well, Megan, I'm here in star-studded Western Square, and I'm hoping I'll be able to grab a word with Lawrence Blunderclatch, though of course he has famously avoided our show since the whole us airing him losing it thing. But who knows?
Il a dû adapter la Z en fonction du terrain. Ah merde.
Fuck off, fuck you, and fuck you. That's what you look like, isn't it? Lawrence's blunder patch. You animals have destroyed Helen and I, haven't they, darling? So fuck your questions, fuck your interview, fuck your little camera, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Voilà.
What's that, darling? Oh yes. Fuck you.
Wow. That was amazing. But Patrick is with Lil C, who wouldn't dream of such language. Patrick.
Tu vois, pas un truc pareil. Ah oui, il y en a plein. Là, on va voir Patrick Peden.
Lil C. Hi. Over here. Yeah. It's NNM. Wow, that's quite the statement piece. Did you bring your own lunch? Lil C? Sorry, is she...
She's fine.
Oh, okay. Right. Thank you, Robin. Fingers crossed. I'm joined here by pop icon. It's Lil C. And her father, country singer and alien worshipper, Billy Bob Jean Short.
Howdy.
So, Lil C, what's with the bag?
She knows what she's done.
Well, we love this look. Is it one of
Alors
your...
ça j'ai entendu du coup. On va juste regarder la fin.
Next one. This is
Ah oui, ok, elle met son maquillage là.
You're retiring from the music industry. That must be hard.
Well, she's way past her...
Album?
We do actually have another album ready, but that's for the label to release in case she dies over the next 10 years or so.
Oh, really?
Well, given the way she's going, you might get it by Christmas.
Well, we better let you get back.
Now remember, we need the money. So, she's also available for parties, weddings, funerals, and bar mitzvahs.
Well, thank you, Lil C. That's Lil C there. Oh, and it looks like Robin has got hold of Jesus. Is it obvious I'm sweating, Robin? Oh, you know, I actually invented that look. Yeah, you know, I made my ex-boyfriend wear it in the police lineup. He got off. Leggy the greengrocer doesn't get paroled for another 6 years. Jesus.
Ensuite on a vu Jesus, la méga star.
Zizi, good to see you. Oh, Lil Gigi? Oh, sorry. Back to Jesus. Sorry, good to see you.
It's good to be here with you too, Robin.
It absolutely is, Patrick. Jesus, I almost can't believe you're here. How have you been?
You know, I like to walk amongst the people.
Voilà, monsieur, je vais dormir, enfin je vais marcher, enfin je vais être le roi de la lune.
Well, Megan, that's what success looks like. I'm going to see if we can grab someone else to have a chat. Back to you. Well, that's my holiday to the moon down the toilet.
Ensuite, Chris, c'était qui Chris?
Really? No, top 3 would have to be Malibu Chris, Jurassic Chris, and Chris in Boots. I don't think there's any conversations to be had here. We're on the edges of our seats, Megan, except we're standing. I apologise if I get overexcited, but any moment now, we're going to meet with the cast of the hottest new TV show. It's on every Saturday night. Have you guessed it? Yes, it's Big Chris's House of Chris's. And here's the man himself, Big Chris. Hello!
Hey!
It's good to see you, Big Chris. We love your show.
Ça c'était une partie du premier journal aussi, ou quoi? Non, le deuxième journal, pardon.
Oh yeah, I mean...
Come on! All right, just one sec. Sorry, that's impatient Chris and rude Chris.
Fuck off!
Are the other Chris's here as well?
Yeah, some of them couldn't make it, but some of the boys are here. Hello, we've got Push Chris, Quiet Chris and Remorseful Chris. Oh my. Pocket Chris is around here somewhere, but I haven't seen him in ages.
What about Chris Reloaded?
Oh no, he's not. He couldn't make it. But Chris 2 Electric Boogaloo's here. Oh Jesus Christ, it's more than Chris.
Hello.
Hi. Have you seen Cardboard Chris?
Chris en carton. J'adore le Chris. Ça me fait rire ces conneries.
Look, I wouldn't normally ask this, but spill the gossip. Is there anyone in the cast you don't get on with?
Wow, everyone would think it would be Killer Chris, but he's all right. Yeah, he's really into crosswords. I think it'd probably be Surfer Chris.
Aw, bummer, man.
Or Disco Chris.
Ow!
Honestly, he's god awful.
Bit of cheeky celeb insight there.
Oh shit, I better go actually, before Sheriff Chris and Chris Beard fall out again. Oh no, I'm sorry, I've got to go, too late, sorry. I'll see you inside,
No,
yeah?
thank you, big Chris. Amazing. Megan, you know, I've heard the production have actually had to hire out a separate screen exclusively for them. I'm sure they'll love the movie. What a pleasure to meet with such varied and talented stars. Megan. Honestly, I don't know where they find them. I don't know why and I don't know how they all fit in the back of the Christmobile, but my God, that is good television.
Et enfin, on va finir avec Sophia Remington.
Okay, Miss Remington, we're nearly ready.
Great, but let's make it snappy. I got drugs to take and robots to see. How long have we got, Jean-Claude?
2 minutes, Miss Remington.
Thanks, sweetie. 2 minutes. God, I'm excited.
Okay. Going live? Hang on. Yes, Megan. 3 alpacas on a flatbed sharing a Scotch egg. But I am just delighted to be joined by legendary CEO and party girl, Sophia Remington. Welcome back to the...
On va passer, elle fabrique les robots elle-même qui sont dans le film, donc elle a fabriqué des killer robots, des robots tueurs.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sophia Remington. Gosh, I think I got a little bit high just standing near her, Megan. Back to you. Christ, let's get in and see this car crash then.
Just to be clear, Remington Service PLC have not, nor will they ever be producing killer robots. And also, it is scientifically improbable and legally impossible that you could become intoxicated simply by standing upwind of a CEO, whatever she may or may not have chosen to abide.
Crikey, I didn't think you'd heard all of that.
We hear everything. Now turn your camera off.
Ok, bon, voilà, c'est ce que je voulais voir. Allez, on va avancer. J'ai eu piratage de perturbation, mais je l'ai pas eu du coup là. Je sais pas trop si j'ai... Après, c'est juste un toute fin pour dire en gros ils sont encore vivants. Donc on va bien voir ce que ça va donner. La fin avec Disrupt. En avance, on va encore avoir quelques phases de choix personnels avant d'attaquer le dernier journal. Et on avance dans le temps. Allez, jour 2079, une victoire arrive. Tu te retrouves une fois de plus dans le bureau de Bossman. Son bureau est propre et bien rangé, exactement comme il aime, aussi ennuyé que lui. C'est assez rare qu'il soit en retard. La porte s'ouvre derrière toi juste au moment où tu commences à spéculer sur les raisons de son retard. Winston, t'es déjà là? Bien. Bon, je vais être bref. Nous savons tous les deux que ton engagement envers ce poste est quelque peu défaillant. Tu es ici depuis presque 6 ans et pendant cette période, il affiche quelques notes sur son bureau, c'est pas vraiment un bon début. Tu as un problème pour suivre les instructions simples et claires. Un bon exemple de ce problème, c'est quand tu as diffusé la cassette de propagande de perturbation il y a quelques années. On ressent encore aujourd'hui les conséquences de cet acte. Il fronce ses sourcils et secoue la tête. À vous. Je savais que ça finirait par retomber dessus un jour ou l'autre. Ton application prouvée ou non lors de l'attaque de perturbation n'a pas été mise sous le tapis. Cette nuit-là a coûté très cher à Channel One. Aussi bien financièrement qu'en termes de réputation. Sache que si j'avais le moindre nombre de preuves, eh ben, on serait certainement pas en train de discuter en ce moment. Ton attitude générale laisse beaucoup à désirer. Tu ne manifestes jamais l'envie d'en faire plus ou de faire des heures supplémentaires quand il le faut. Tu refuses de te rendre à des événements ou des soirées organisées par l'entreprise. On a remarqué toutes ces choses, tu sais, hein. Tu oublies un jour, alors ça c'est un truc, on n'est pas allé à un repas d'entreprise pour pouvoir aller en week-end en famille. Écoute-moi bien Winston, je vais être franc avec toi. Je ne t'aime pas. Si n'en tenais qu'à moi, tu aurais déjà pris la porte depuis bien longtemps. Mais maintenant que nous sommes une entreprise publique, ça m'est beaucoup plus difficile de me débarrasser de toi sans passer par la paperasse administrative. Et jusqu'à présent, tu as réussi à te faufiler entre les mailles du filet grâce à ta médiocrité. Mais je veux que tu saches que je te guette le moindre de tes faux pas. Maintenant, retourne au travail. Bon, au moins, tu sais ce qu'il pense vraiment de toi. Jour 2303, une conclusion inévitable. On va arriver sur les conclusions du jeu, là, ce qu'on va faire. C'est tard, il a neigé toute la journée et tu n'as pas bougé de chez toi car tu préfères rester au chaud. Normalement tu aimes la neige, mais aujourd'hui il n'a été rien d'autre qu'un obstacle. Mais demain tu auras un jour de congé et tu pourras peut-être en profiter. Sam adorait la neige. Quand les enfants étaient plus jeunes, Sam les habillait chaudement et les emmenait toujours jouer dehors. Mais ça fait un moment que ça n'est plus y arriver. Quelque chose avec la chaleur du feu et les nuits sombres te rend toujours nostalgique à cette époque de l'année. Le bruit de la porte d'entrée qui s'ouvre interrompt tes pensées. Et je suis de retour, te dit Sam, avant de venir te retrouver dans le salon. Ah, le feu est allumé, c'est vraiment du gai ici. Sam vient s'asseoir près de toi et appuie sa tête sur son épaule. Bienvenue chez toi. Alors, comment s'est passée ta journée ? Sam soupire. Ah, tu sais, tout comme d'habitude. J'ai passé la matinée à faire du bénévolat au centre du menu, à me rendre utile. Sam avait obtenu ce poste pendant son chômage et il l'avait prolongé. Ensuite, cet après-midi, j'ai rendu visite à des amis de mon ancien travail. Ils ont envisagé de déménager à nouveau, alors nous avons cherché de nouveaux endroits. Et toi ? Oui, tout va bien, ça me fait plaisir de ne pas avoir à travailler par ce temps. Eh bien, demain, on va passer la journée ensemble. On va aller se promener, peut-être même que je te traînerai jusqu'au sommet d'une colline avec une luge et on fera une course comme en bon vieux temps. Ah, je ne sais pas, on est super vieux pour ça, tu commences à objecter, mais Sam te coupe la parole. Tu dis ça parce que tu sais que je vais gagner. Sam te fait un clin d'œil et un baiser avant de se lever et de se rendre à la cuisine et ajoute « Celui qui perd paye la tournée de chocolat chaud ». T'as beaucoup de chance d'avoir Sam. Jour 2340. Un temps pour la réflexion. Cela fait plus de 13 ans que ton père est mort. Tu en es rendu sur sa tombe plusieurs fois depuis. Habituellement pendant des périodes de stress intense, ou quand tu essayes de comprendre quelque chose, ou quand tu veux simplement un peu de paix et de tranquillité. Aujourd'hui c'est pareil. Tu sens la main de Sam sur ton épaule et sa pression te rassure. Que Sam soit encore là avec toi te remplit de gratitude. L'avoir à tes côtés semble toujours rendre les choses plus faciles. Le croassement d'un corbeau attire ton attention alors qu'il s'envole. Un parent ne devrait jamais avoir enterré son enfant. En particulier Charlie. Il n'a pas eu la chance de grandir. Ah, il est mort Charlie finalement ? Il avait tellement de potentiel, tellement de rêves, tant de choses qu'il voulait faire. C'était pas juste. Si seulement tu pouvais changer ça. La dernière fois, c'était Suzy qui était décédée. Suzy, malgré ce qu'elle a traversé, est toujours un roc comme pour toi. Elle sera une excellente mère pour les jumeaux. Il n'aurait pas pu trouver un foyer plus aimant. Il y a beaucoup de disputes au fil des ans, mais tu ne modifierais rien de ce qui s'est passé. Voir tout le chemin parcouru par ta fille ne cesse de t'émerveiller. Elle est l'une des meilleures choses de ta vie. Ta relation avec Chris a toujours été un peu en dents de scie. Mais ces derniers temps, on dirait que vous entendez mieux. C'est un changement bienvenu et a certainement rendu la vie de Sam beaucoup plus simple. Mais c'est la famille. Il faut faire le bon avec le bon comme avec le mauvais. Emmener ta mère au centre de transition a été une décision difficile. Ok. Le centre de transition, c'est un centre de suicide assisté. Pour ceux qui ne savent pas. Peut-être la décision la plus difficile de ta vie. Tu n'arrives toujours pas à savoir si c'était la bonne. Ce qui est certain, c'est qu'elle ne souffre plus maintenant. Et au moins, elle et ton père sont ensemble maintenant. Quoi qu'il arrive ensuite. Ce serait bien de l'avoir ici avec toi. Tu te retournes et tu te diriges vers la voiture. Tu ne peux pas contrôler la vie, ce qui se passe, et qui vit et qui meurt. Tout ce que tu peux faire, c'est avancer et encaisser ce qui va arriver ensuite. Qu'est-ce que la vie sinon une série de petites décisions qui nous définissent ? Et on ne sait jamais à l'avance dans quelle direction ces petites décisions nous portent. Tout ça pour en arriver ici. Jour 2602. On part sur le dernier journal. Alors, est-ce que ça va être un journal ou ça va être un talk show comme ce qui est dans le premier ? Le final, là, du coup, 7 ans sont écoulés depuis l'élection.
Right. Let's try and get through this one with as little pain as possible, eh, Winston? I know Advance have allowed the studio to fall into disrepair. It's all gone wrong since they took over. Not that the alternative would be better. We'd have been stuck with something like those dangerous psychopaths at Disrupt. But the show must go on. One more time, anyway. Quick point before you start. We've had a few problems with the machinery lately. Locked buttons, screens flickering on and off, sparks and the like. Try not to make things any worse. Oh, and don't forget, you've got free reign of the SFX buttons these days. Make sure to use them whenever I would deem appropriate.
Okay. No worries.
Ok, donc là maintenant je peux utiliser les boutons tout le temps.
Okay, here we go. Big smiles.
I've actually gained a year. I celebrated 44 last year, but it's actually this year. Brilliant.
You're 44. I'm going in 5, 4, 3. Good evening and welcome
Spice it up with some audience responses, Alex.
I'm Megan and I'm joined as always by the inimitable Robin and Patrick. How are we?
Well, we have got so much going on tonight. I'm excited.
I'd say I'm about a 12, Megan.
On the excitement scale?
Yeah, exactly. We have got so much SoCo stuff coming up.
We sure do. We have celebrity chef Jordan Rankley who will be cooking up a storm.
We'll be announcing the winners of our big competition, Visions of the Future.
And we'll be joined by a very special guest for a game of Wheel of Truth. And I'll even be showing you how to make your own Leaders' Day gifts. We've got all of that and so much more tonight on The Nightly Show.
Hop là, il y a Disrupt là.
The fight is not over. We have grieved our loss and we have hardened our hearts. We have lived with death and we no longer fear it. There is no price too great for liberty. I can be silenced, but your thoughts cannot. And each day, just like before, we gain hearts and minds. Because the truth is like that, irresistible. We're back, and we're only getting started.
Ok.
Right, let's have some applause on the way into the next section.
By Chef Jordan Rankley. But first, we know you love them, so Robin's going to give us an update on our lovely Nightly Show pets in Pet Corner.
Fine, include yourself.
Well, Megan, first up we have our hamster, Lord Cheeks. Now, he's a squat winter grey with the scientific name Adipem stultus, and he lives here with us in this cage. Hamsters love hoarding, and they actually have special pouches in their cheeks for storing food. He loves carrots, apples, and chewing tobacco. Now, hamsters are nocturnal, so we'll do our best not to wake him up. But let's just see if we can... Oh. Well, the door has been left open. It looks as though Lord Chinks has actually gone for a little wander, but I'm sure he will be around here somewhere. In the meantime, let's say hello to our tortoise. Now, after last month's viewer vote, she is now, of course, called Slow Barbara. And don't panic, even though it is December, Babs here doesn't actually hibernate. Let's say hello. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, Babs. Oh.
Oh.
Those are our Nightly Show pets, Megan, both alive and well. Back to you.
With SFX, less is more, Alex.
Ah, trop d'effets cette fois-ci, faut choisir.
Same time tomorrow. Now then, I hope you're hungry, because if not, you're about to be. Patrick Bannon is with Chef Jordan Rankley, and they're going to be showing us how to knock up a delicious apple pie. It's time to go into the kitchen.
Into the kitchen.
That's right, and I'm joined here by Chef Jordan Rankley. Welcome to the Nightly Show kitchen. How does it compare to the kitchens you're used to?
I love the colours. It's vibrant. It's fresh.
On parodie de Ramsey.
What?
So, you own 6 restaurants, you've been awarded 9 Ballon Massifs across your career, and you've worked alongside the best chefs in the world. Tonight you've got me. Oh, are you worried?
Am I fucking worried? Are you worried? Are you fucking worried?
Yes. So, what are we making today, Chef?
So, we've got a family over for Leaders' Day. They're hungry. We're going to make them a delicious apple pie.
Ooh, lovely.
It's got sweetness, it's got the acidity of the fruit, and then get the richness of that pastry. Incredible.
Wow, okay, so where do we start?
So we've got to start by making our filling. So we've got about 1 kilogram of fresh cooking apples here. Fucking beautiful. And we're going to slice these up perfectly. And then straight into the pan.
Your new show, Demon Kitchen Heart Eater, starts on Friday here on Channel 1. So, tell us about that.
So, teams of young chefs come into my kitchen, and one by one I destroy them emotionally. And if there's time, I teach them some basic knife skills. Fuck me, Patrick. What are you doing?
What?
Shit. Is that how you cut? Fuck, you'll lose a fucking finger.
Oh, don't worry, I've got spares. Right, so once we've done that, we set these aside whilst we make the pastry. Yeah.
Yep. Bowl. Yeah? Okay. Sugar, butter. We mix that together, and then a whole egg.
Okay, egg.
What are you doing, you fucking donkey? Are your brains the size of that fucking egg?
Oh, no, chef.
No. Shit. Right. Mix that with a wooden spoon and work in that flour, okay? Work that into a nice ball of dough, just like that.
So, what does the notoriously fierce Jordan Rankley do to unwind?
Bed. Yeah. What's that? What is that?
Well, it's a bit lumpy.
Lumpy? It could fucking pass for a sack of spuds. Touch that. Touch it. Yeah? Pathetic. That goes into chill. Now, we're mixing our filling.
Okay.
Apples, sugar, cinnamon.
You own 6 restaurants across 5 territories. Which is your favourite?
Are you mixing that or fucking it?
What?
Are you going to light a candle? Take it out to dinner? Fucking mix it for fuck's sake. Right, now we're rolling out 2/3 of our pastry. Bit of flour into the dish.
The filling goes next, right? The filling goes next.
Why are you watching this? Do you remember how it feels to be informed? To feel connected to what has happened in the world? Do you remember Jeremy Donaldson? Because I do.
On a des frissons quand il parle de Jeremy.
And now I watch this excuse of a program and I realize he was 100% right. Disrupt's first martyr died protecting this show. If he could see it now, he'd wonder why he bothered.
Very carefully for the steam. You're washing the whole thing.
Lovely.
Hop là.
Okay.
Ah.
Ta-da! What do you think?
Oh my God. You, come here, you. That's a disgrace. I'd rather jam my eyeballs up my fucking arse than look at that. I'd rather use my tongue to tie my shoes after a fucking shit-kicking contest, do you understand?
Then it goes in the oven for 45 minutes.
Oh, put your fucking head in the oven while you're at it. Useless. You! Come here, you! You're the worst fucking thing to happen to food since cyanide. Do you know that? I tell you what. Fuck off! Get the fuck out of here! Fuck off!
Okay, well, while I do that, let's go now to Megan and Robin, who will be announcing the winners of our competition. Visions of the Future.
Don't forget the SFX buttons.
J'ai appuyé là.
Well, that looks delicious. If you want to follow along at home, then make sure you write in with a stamped, addressed envelope and we'll send you the fact sheet. So, Robin, look at all these amazing entries to the Vision of the Future competition.
Yes, we challenged you to show us your predictions of the future and we were just inundated with entries, weren't we, Megan? From wacky inventions to global problem solving, they are all amazing and we had the best time looking through each one.
It was so tough narrowing it all down, so we have some amazing runners-up. In 3rd place, drum roll please, we have Hamish, who's 3 from Lunwelly. He calls this Still Life and the Future of God, and it really blew us away. Just look at the line work here, and I can really feel every passionate stroke of the brush.
If you look here, you'll see a beautifully rendered, what I thought at first was a smiley face, or Perhaps a cat, but I think if you really look, you'll see it's actually a representation of the seeming futility of death through the eyes of the living.
Indeed. He's also chosen to just leave a lot of it blank, which I think is really interesting. If you know Hamish and his work, of course, he loves focusing on the negative space rather than the image itself.
Stunning, absolutely stunning, and such talent from one so young, Megan. But next up we have our second place entry. So in second, drum roll please, we have Keith, 41 from Dungleys. Yeah, Keith, we were sort of aiming this towards our younger viewers, but still, he has sent in his idea of the future, which he's calling Ravaged Earth.
Indeed, he says in his really rather detailed notes, deprived of basic resources, society will resort to a brutal system of weekly battles to the death where only the victor may breed. He also says at the bottom here, either that or about the same, but maybe a bit worse.
I really love his attention to detail. You can see the sort of gladiatorial arena, and then what I can only assume is Keith himself pulling off this chap's head and shouting, "Come back to me, Linda!" Oh, Keith, maybe if you spent more time outdoors and less time entering children's competitions, she might not have left.
Special one there. And finally, of course, it's time to reveal our winner. All our runners-up will receive a day out at an inflatable Happy Land on an industrial estate just off the A40. Sorry about that, Keith. But our lucky winner will win the chance to spend the day at the Department of Change to see how our teammates are actually making the new future a reality every day. And the winner is, drum roll please.
I'll help you with that. I'll help you with that.
I've spent my whole life searching for truths. Sometimes I've found them. Other times I've not been so lucky. I used the rant about belief juice, a drug in the water. And I was wrong. I admit that. It's not in the water, it's right here. In this screen, in this show. This is your belief juice. You drink it nightly, through your eyes, and it makes you stupid and asleep.
Getting involved in the party, aren't they? This one seems to have gone haywire in what I can only assume is an ominous sign of things to come. Lovely, Lola.
Well, if our winners have inspired you to make some artwork of your own, do keep sending them in, and yours could be displayed in our gallery here.
Well done again to everyone who took part. We're going to take a break now, but when we come back, we'll
Hey,
be
la
playing
pub.
the Wheel of Truth and making some lovely homemade gifts. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
I don't know what you did, but it's definitely made things worse down there, Winston. Probably going to be more trouble for you in this segment. But what do I care? I'm done anyway. Handed in my notice this morning. The moment the show finishes, I'll be out the door. So
Okay.
you may as well just do what you want, as usual.
Find me when you're done and I'll take you out through the loading bay.
Ok. Du coup, on va continuer de suivre Disrupt, voir ce qui va se passer. Il a vieilli l'acteur, hein. Un petit peu.
It's an honest account of my childhood, because in the new future, there's no need for secrets.
There was just so much injustice in the world, I realised, as Portia Hamilton Mann lured my best friend into the convertible her daddy had bought her for Easter. How had I failed to predict the perils of being the poorest postgrad at Poshborough?
It's playing havoc with the sound.
It's bad out there. We're being stretched again.
Have to use a high-pass filter.
It's a revolution, Colin.
Well, can you ask them to keep it down a bit?
Jenny, where's Glyn? Can we get him out here? I'm not sure about this grandma one.
Oh, he's writing with our other guests at the moment.
I just wouldn't say grandma.
Grandmother?
Yes, grandmother's arsehole. It's much better.
Oh, okay, everyone, if I could have your attention, please. Sarah just needs a word.
Apparently there's been some sort of disturbance near the studio. Now, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about, but I wanted to let you know that I've asked for extra security, and they're already on their way.
Thanks, Sarah. Okay, 10 seconds.
Ok, je crois pas qu'on a eu ça la dernière fois.
Okay, this time you've said it. Laughing, and we're going in 5, 4, 3.
I bet more audience reaction would be nice, Alex.
Oui.
We were just saying we can't wait to taste Patrick's pie.
Oh, I don't know, I think I could wait.
Well, here it is, fresh out the oven.
Well, it does look amazing. Jordan, how did our Patrick do?
Well, let's just say that pie's got more crust than my grandmother's arsehole.
Well, thank you for that. Well, come on, try it. Dig in.
Okay. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Oh, that's really something, Patrick. That's delicious. But now you better go and get ready for that next feature. Every night we play a game of Wheel of Truth with our celebrity guests. But I know what you're thinking. Megan, we've only got one celeb guest. Well-observed, viewers, well-observed. Well then, I better bring her out. Should I? The surprise guest? What do you think? Here she is, best-selling author, lawyer and thinker. I mean, she's only the bloomin' team leader. It's Julia Salisbury.
Prime Minister Julia Salisbury.
Oh, welcome, Julia. Oh, so good to see you.
Oh, Megan, you look incredible.
Stop it. I was just about to say the same thing. Now, don't get too comfortable. It's time to head over to Robin and Patrick as we play Wheel of Truth.
Are you taking the piss now?
Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait encore?
That's right, it's that part of the show where we pit our celebs against each other to see if we can break them.
That's right, Robin. They're going to spin the wheel to pick a round, and it could be anything from box of flies to slap my face. They really have no idea what's in store.
So up first we have Jordan. Let's give it a spin.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, let's see what you've landed on. Okay, it's fact or fib. Jordan, is it true that you've been known to order takeaway for a dinner party and pass it off as your own cooking?
It's one fucking time. One time. Well, I think if that pie was anything to go by, you did them a favour.
Oh, not so fast there, Julia. Fact or fib? We've heard you've got a very interesting way of saving time during the laundry.
Oh my God!
Why don't you tell us about it?
You absolutely... No, I can't. Okay, what
Still alone. It's early morning as I record this. Maybe you'll see this tonight, or next week, or never. It takes a lot to even get these on the air, and many small acts of rebellion. So don't worry. The fact that you can hear this at all proves it.
I can't wait!
No!
Okay.
Honestly, raise my taxes. We're clearly not paying you enough.
Come to my dressing room after the show. We'll sort you out.
Oh, are you blushing, Patrick? Is all this talk of bras embarrassing you?
I mean, I'm not blushing. Come on then, you, Julia. Spin the bloody wheel.
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Oh, it's Guess That Face. I'm going to show you a picture and you simply have to guess that face. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Julia. Oh, who's that?
Oh my God!
Is that you?
Yes! Look, it was a very difficult time fashion-wise.
That hairdo is fucking hilarious.
No, don't. I think it's sweet.
The mullet is as popular now as it's ever been.
Oh, well, don't get too ahead of yourself there. Jordan, who is this? Does that look familiar at all?
Oh, wow! Well, I'm glad I was getting fashion advice from someone who managed to make 7 look like 85.
Hell. Where did you find that monstrosity? I look like I'm haunting the fucking place.
Right. We've got to move on. Jordan, let's have another spin.
Okay, here we go.
It's my go, Patrick.
You go on. Sorry, I'm so keen. Let's go so much.
Oh, well, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
It's fat or fish. Okay, if you look under your podiums, you will find a lovely fish smoothie. Now, I'm going to ask you both a question, and all you have to do is answer it honestly, or else you'll have to drink the smoothie. Okay? Are you ready for the question? Yes. Here we go. Which of your esteemed hosts is the more talented one? Oh, what a cop-out.
How is it? How is it?
Fucking
Oh, we made it extra fishy.
I need my fucking mouth. Do you know how much these taste buds are worth?
Well, we've got time for one more quick spin, so go, Julia, go!
Elle joue quand même avec la première ministre là. Hein.
Okay, so, Julia, take a look in that box under your desk there.
I think Lord Cheeks is trying to get in on the game. Bless him.
Julia, what have you got in that box? It's not cheese, is it? Cheese! It's not cheese!
Juggling balls? What am I supposed to do with these?
Well, give it a go for us.
But I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing.
Come on.
Yes, let's all dance to a tune. Dance, puppets, dance.
She's doing it. She's fucking doing it.
Wow, that was so impressive. I have to say, unexpected. Well, God,
Oublie d'applaudir,
that
pardon.
was our game of Real of Truth, and my God, wasn't that fun?
Okay, it really was, wasn't it? But now it's time to head over to Megan in Crafty Corner.
That's right, you join me in Crafty
Pardon,
Corner,
c'était là.
where today I'm going to be ably assisted by Julia. Come on over here. Goodness me, I don't know how you're keeping your dinner down. I can still smell that fish.
Well, to be honest, I've had worse. I used to eat at Peter Clement's house.
Oh, well, I hope you've got your artsy hat on, because today we're going to be making something very close to my heart. It's our little studio. Look at that. Isn't it adorable? All of us there on the sofa.
Wow. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, is that all you in there?
Yeah, it is. If we can just get a little zoom in, there we are. Oh, I don't know about you, Julia, but I always leave my holiday shopping to the last minute.
Oh, every year. I do it every year.
Well, luckily these make amazing gifts. Shall we get cracking?
Oh, yes, please.
We're going to start with a shoe box here. And Julia, that's it. Grab those scissors. I just want you to get rid of this front panel here.
Perfect. Will do.
Are you big celebrators in your house, Julia?
Oh, yes. No, in my house we show our love through food, like big dinners, loads of drink.
Absolutely right. That's the best bit about any holiday. It's all that food.
This bit as well.
Absolutely right. Cutting along the line there. Do be careful with the scissors at home. Make sure you're being supervised if you are a child. There we go. Fabulous.
There we go.
Okay, so it's going to look a little something like this, and I've got one here I made earlier. We painted it with a bit of poster paint, white to match our lovely curtains here in the studio, but you can obviously have whichever backdrop you like.
Like a nice shiny gold number.
Well, exactly right. So we're going to make bits of our set now to put in the studio, perhaps a little desk. So I'm just going to grab this piece of card. I've just got it from a little cereal box packet. I think you... I'll give you this one, Julia, shall I?
Thank you
There
so
you
much.
go. And all you need to do is cut along the lines there. Fabulous. So what's the best part of any Leaders' Day dinner, do you reckon?
I don't even have to think about it. Really? I love the 3 potato pie.
Three potato pie, I don't know that one.
You know, with the chips covered in the mash or wrapped up in a jacket potato. Is that just me that does that?
I don't know, but that sounds starchy. Well done, Julia. So now she's folding over a little bit there. What it's going to look like at the end is this little rectangular shape there. And we're going to pop it in the middle. Bit of sticky tape on the back there so it sticks down. Now we need a sofa. That's what we need next. We're going to make that out of a lovely paper cup.
Knocking
down there,
everything
knocking it all over.
I got one though, Megan.
Good, fantastic. You're just going to cut along the line here, down the middle. Exactly right. Then when you've done that, around the bottom and again around the top. Well done. When you're done,
there we go.
it's going to look a little something like this. And look what I've done there. I've stuck some felt down. Nice and comfortable sofas.
Yes, can't have our tiny Megan having an uncomfortable sofa, can
Well,
we?
absolutely not.
She'll be on the phone to her tiny agent and getting someone tiny fired.
Yeah. Well, there's only one thing missing, isn't there, Julia? What is that?
A higher calibre of guests.
Nearly. It's people. So all we've done to make our little people is we've stuck a cocktail stick into a bottle cap. We just need a face for that now. I've got a good one here. I know it well. It's me. I'm going to stick it down there. A little bit of sticky tape. Oh, my felt's going everywhere. There we go. Oh, I'm a bit lonely. Let's take Robin and Patrick over. Sitting down on the couch over there.
There you go. And well, I'll make myself just comfortable just there. Yeah, there we go.
And these, of course, are all made and cut out of our favourite newspapers or magazines, so you can have any guests you like. Julia, is there anyone else you'd like in a studio?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm going to be playing Wheel of Truth with Ronnie from Hutrash.
Nice.
Yes, put that away. Yes, he's going to be teaching me choreography, and I'll be teaching him foreign policy.
And of course you can decorate them however you want. Perhaps you're a bit, I don't know, nostalgic for the old look of our studio. We've got the blue studio down there. Or even a bit of retro red. I've got Sheila Quickstep being interviewed there by... sorry, that's not supposed to be...
Oh, well, we're out of time, I'm afraid, Megan. It's time for a break. When we come back, I'll be on the couch of chat talking to some of you, and I just cannot wait. We'll be back after these messages.
Okay, before we suffer through the last...
Ok.
What's that? I don't know. Seems to be a little kerfuffle in the corridor. One moment.
Oh, ça a coupé.
Make sure you wrap up warm because we've got lows of 5 or 6 degrees. But as we head towards Leaders' Day later in the week, there's a 100% chance of festivity.
Should we be worried? We've got the Prime Minister here.
It's good that she's here. She's the reason for the extra security.
Are we going to need it?
Possibly. They're back.
It's not very reassuring.
I know. Good thing I'm not your mum, right?
Who saw an unbelievable 191
Ok. Alors sur la première version qu'on a fait, on nous donnait une cassette à diffuser là. A priori, je suis pas sûr qu'on nous la donne, ou en tout cas, c'est pas Bossman qui va nous la donner.
No rainbows in sight over territories 3 and 4, as a Category 2 storm warning means we advise our residents to spend their Leaders' Weekend indoors. Though we're sure the happy parents of the 12 new children in Territory 3 will be...
Et on va partir pour le dernier segment.
Stay home. Though, of course, nothing to do with stars, more of a hot air, cold air thing. Next, this front of warm smiles heads across Territory 5, who are still under a blanket.
It's bad, Mum. Not like before, it's so much more than we were expecting. And they're better organised this time. Like someone experienced is running things.
Well, we stopped them before, we can do it again. Thank you, Sarah.
One more thing, Mum. Apparently there's chatter about you. I've requested backup, but well, we're stretched pretty thin, Mum.
I receive death threats like other people receive post. I've learned to take it all with a pinch of salt.
Of course, Mum.
Thank you, Sarah.
That sounded deeply worrying.
Oh, you get used to it. I have.
I hope I don't have to.
What didn't Bozeman tell you?
Tell us what?
We'll be bringing you a more specific
I'm sure he'll tell you when the time's right. Forget I said anything.
Going in 10 seconds.
I don't think she likes me very much.
Oh no, that's just how she shows love.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the Nightly Show, where it's time to get a little intimate with the Prime Minister on the couch of chat. Prime Minister, it's great to still have you with us.
Thanks, Megan. Although maybe now's the right time to tell you that you're going to be seeing an awful lot more of me.
Oh, why is that?
Well, I am delighted to announce that starting next week, I will be the new...
Ok, ça c'est différent.
Get ready to accompany me, please. Please remain in place, Mum. It won't take a moment. Sit rep.
We do apologise to our viewers at home for this unexpected interruption.
I'm sure it's nothing to worry about.
Right, understood. Everyone, please remain calm. How can I help? Can you clear everyone out of that area? Everyone.
Okay, everyone, if we could just clear away from these studio doors. Yep, that's right, just behind the cameras, please.
Do those doors lock? Is that Colin with the headphones on? Hey, mate, can you lock the doors? Can you not hear me?
Colin! Colin!
You can't hear us.
I'll do it.
No, miss, too late.
I'll do it.
I'm law enforcement, load your weapons up!
Ouh. Alors. Ok, ça c'est Alan James.
Now listen, there's no need for anyone to get down. Of course, whatever you say.
Ok, là c'est pas du tout la même fin que celle qu'on a eue. C'est cool.
Yes, we're live.
Good. Good. It's time for some real news. You, mic me up. You. Is it working?
I just need to check.
Is it working?
Yes, it's working.
Good. Over there, on your knees. Now. Over there, on your knees. Next to him. Move! You, next to him.
You okay, Colin?
Shitty birthday. Not the worst one I've had, though.
Let them go, Mr. James. It's me you want.
Don't flatter yourself. You're not the target here. You're just a bonus.
Oh my God, is it me?
We're not here to take out a person. We're not here to take out a person.
Ooh,
We're
ok.
cancelling the whole fucking show. Which camera? Which camera? I know you're watching this. In your vans. Planning your counter-attack. Please, try and control yourselves. Well, I'm sure you know the rest.
Alan, we can talk about this.
Oh, we will. I have a lot of questions.
There's no need for anyone to get hurt.
Where was that attitude during the uprising? You know, the night your thugs killed my friends.
There are innocent people here.
Says the woman who killed 14 million of them. No, I don't feel any great need to answer to you. In fact, get over here.
I don't take orders.
Come here! You move when I tell you to! Give me that.
Alan, don't do it. You're not an executioner.
What am I then, eh? You tell me, Megan Wolf, what the fuck am I?
Just a man who's just waiting over his head.
Don't patronise me, you smug bitch! I'm not one of your little helpers! Get over here! Kneel beside her! You're just as fucking guilty as she is!
Guilty of what, you fucking psychopath?
All of it! She sat there, smiling, and let it all happen! Jeremy Donaldson died for this programme. And she let it become this. Bread and circuses. Bread and fucking circuses!
Don't you say his name.
I beg your pardon?
I said, don't you say his name.
You don't get to do that! You don't get to do that!
You're angry at the wrong person, love. She's the one that killed him. The first victim of her benevolent slaughter, not the last, though.
All I am hearing is crazy.
Then maybe you should hear it from the source. Confess. 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 Fine. Have it your own way.
Stop! For God's sake, stop!
Ok, il vient de te colline.
Answer my questions. Or she dies next. Yep. Then her.
Tell him what he wants to hear.
Ask your questions.
Better. First question. How did you actually think this was all going to end?
In a better world.
Bullshit.
It's the truth! When we came into power, everything was broken. The system worked for so few. There was hunger and poverty and real pain. But you never saw that, Mr. James, because you were doing just fine, thank you very much. And my side, we were too weak, too meek. It was all good intentions and second chances and playing by the rules. Well, you know where playing fair gets the people at the bottom because of fucking nowhere. Someone had to be prepared to actually fight, to do what was required. So I did it. Because no one else was going to.
14 million
people. To save the 60 million here. What would you have done? Let us all starve to death?
You should have found another way.
There was no other way.
Is that how Peter Clement saw it?
No other way.
Is that how Peter Clement saw it?
Peter was weak. I loved him more than I have ever loved anyone, but he was soft. He wouldn't have allowed it to happen. And afterwards, he couldn't sleep. It haunted him. I think he would have killed him in the end anyway. But that's on me, Mr. James. What's on you?
We're not discussing me. Didn't you hear? Disrupt died on the night of the uprising.
Then how have we been watching you for months?
Watching me?
You're not the only one who knows how to get people on the inside. We knew you'd pop your grubby little head up again, and we've been collecting information just in case you did. There's a recording, a meeting of the so-called Disrupt leadership. It's tiny hidden cameras, very high-tech. Perhaps the public should see what your bosses are talking about when there's no one else around.
We have people at the network jamming your signals, messing with your broadcast room. We'll stop you.
We have people too, and they've been doing this an awfully long time. Prepare the footage on screen 4.
Ok, donc on met pas le screen 4.
It's up to the broadcast room.
You in there. If you play that footage, she dies.
Play it, Alan. Play the tape. I've seen it. It's important. It's gonna blow us up anyway, so just play the fucking tape.
Alors, on fait full disrupt.
Lock the console. Don't let them play that tape. Take out those screens. What's happening? What's happening?
Well, how the fuck should I know?
Someone tell me, what do they choose?
They didn't play it.
They didn't play it. Well done, Alex. Good choice. You get to live. You not so much. You not so much.
D'accord.
Why did you do that? Why?
Because that's the only way it ends with people like her. She was never going to stop. She was never going to stop. Just her and her version of what's best forever. She was a narcissist.
They're gonna kill you, Alan.
Yes, I know. But the movement will stand a chance. We'll all stand a chance thanks to people like Alex.
Oh, Alex is not a hero.
But that's what heroism is. For people like us. There are so few times in a person's life where they face a decision that could actually make a difference. We're so disempowered. But in those moments, the choices we make combined with the billions made by everyone else, that defines us. We remake the world one small choice at a time.
Advance isn't just one person. They're going to have a new leader by morning.
Yes, but this one might be prepared to listen. We need elections. We need a choice.
Disrupt is that choice.
Well, I don't see any of you stepping up.
You step up every night.
Do you though? It seems to me you stopped doing that a while back. And even when you did, you just took snide pot shots and undermined everything. You constantly only tell us what's wrong, and it makes us scared and hopeless.
Says the man with a bomb strapped to his chest.
Go, go!
Nobody move! You know how this works? I keep my thumb down on this, and we all get to have a peaceful night. Megan, come here.
Pathetic!
Shut the fuck up.
Don't you even want to know who's pulling your strings, what they say about you behind your back?
I said, nobody move!
Think you're a joke, Alan. They're using you.
I said, shut up!
And when you've done what they want, they're gonna throw you to the walls.
It's in the tape, Alan.
See what everyone else sees, Alan. You're a joke, a nut job, a sad, pathetic.
Ok.
Shut the fuck up.
Tu calmes Alan quand même.
Don't blame me. I didn't make the choices. I just played the hand I got dealt.
Oh, ok. Le Final Disrupt, on a remporté un succès. On a la fin pure Disrupt là. Je pense qu'on a les deux pires fins au final. C'est malin parce que du coup j'ai envie de refaire les deux runs en changeant juste la fin. On verra ça plus tard peut-être, mais je pense qu'on fera des lives dessus. Bon, ben voilà, deuxième fin du coup sur notre podcast. On en fera sans doute dans quelques semaines, on fera un live dessus. Enfin deux lives, du coup au moins deux autres fins pour voir un peu ce qu'il y a. En dépit de son décès, je peux t'en dire. On va avoir des informations sur les personnages, un petit peu ce qu'il advient. Après les moments, tous les heures, prenez des heures à vous prendre des répétitions à lire. Ça va un peu vite, hein. J'ai pas le temps de tout lire. Je crois pas dingue, t'as perçu en train de manger de la nourriture sortie d'une poubelle. Ça me brisait avec de nombreuses portions alimentaires à payer. Encore plus en ruine. Alors là c'est une finale.
Welcome all of the boys and girls and everybody else as well to Frankie Fun's Wacky Fun House of Wax.
I'm Frankie Fun, and this is the Wacky Fun House of Wax! But where's Doofnut? Let's call for him. Doofnut! Hey! Are we ready for wacky, zany goofs galore? I can't hear you, Doofnut.
Yes, I'm ready.
That's better. Now then. Whoa, it's the bonk alarm.
Alors, on a déverrouillé un amusement farfelu. Vous avez trouvé 2 sur 14 vlogs. Ok. Donc en fait, on n'était pas full advance, hein, enfin full disrupt. Meilleur Jérémy. Il faudrait que je trouve comment l'avoir celle-là. Bien. On est à 2 sur les 14. J'aimerais bien réussir à avoir les 14, avoir les 14 saints. Mais bon, ça demandait un peu de travail. Bref. On va du coup s'arrêter là pour ce soir. J'aime beaucoup ce jeu vraiment. Mais c'était une fin beaucoup plus sombre. Enfin, même si la dernière fois, ils avaient perdu 80% de la population à cause de la stérilité. Donc, c'était pas forcément mieux. Bref, du coup, on s'arrête là pour ce soir. J'espère que ce live, du coup, sur notre podcast vous aura plu. On s'est bien amusé. Cette semaine, du coup, on se retrouve demain soir, 20h, pour du Death Stranding, jusqu'à 22h45. Et à partir de 22h45, on passera sur le State of Play de PlayStation, avec un gros focus sur Gran Turismo 7 qui sortira en mars. Jeudi, Satisfactory. On va commencer la construction du magasin général. Vendredi, j'espère finir Death Stranding. Normalement, on devrait le finir. Et enfin, dimanche, on continue notre explo en FC. Voilà pour cette soirée. Merci à vous. On se retrouve demain soir, du coup, pour Death Stranding et le State of Play. D'ici là, je vous souhaite à tous une bonne fin de journée et une bonne nuit. Et je vous dis à la prochaine.